Dobro večer. Evo nas na kick-off večeri. Krećemo za 3 minuta i 35 sekundi.
Dobro večer, vežite se, polećemo.
Vaši domaćini su Goran i Svetlana Janjić. Neko iz Zemuna, neko iz Italije.
Ali originalno poreklom iz Zemuna.
Tako je. Trudit ćemo se da vam prenesemo događanja simultano, koliko budemo mogli. Tu je Goran sa dobrim znanjem engleskog, tako da se uzdam u njega, a ja sam ispomoć.
Da, ispomoć se pretvorila u odličan prevod kada smo poslednji put radili zajedno. Kada smo prenosili događaj iz Osla, sećaš se?
Leader School, tako je.
Leader School, da.
Radujem se što ovo i snimamo, tako da ćemo imati priliku da pregledamo ponovo, pogotovo za nas dvoje koji prevodimo, možda nećemo biti u mogućnosti da zapišemo neke stvari.
The show will start in 1 minute.
Show počinje za 1 minut.
The show is about to start in...
Show počinje za...
What do you want?
Šta ti želiš?
What are you truly hungry to achieve?
Za čime si istinski gladan, što želiš da postigneš?
But what does it mean to lead?
Šta to znači biti vođa, biti lider? On pokazuje put, vodi, ima jasnu viziju koju pokazuje. On će napraviti korake, napravit će razvoj, izumeće nove stvari, porašće i izaći će iz svoje komfortne zone. Vaš san je obećanje za budućnost. Preuzmite vodstvo. Pojačaj malo svetla na njihov zvuk. Malo možeš slobodno.
To be here in the Maldives, Hilde, to talk about this year's subject, which is lead. I remember just
Orjan
early
Saele će pričati o naslovu vođstvo i to priča na Maldivima u društvu
there
svoje
was a
supruge
game
Hilde.
being played, or even if there was things going on in school, or if somebody was going to be the leader of a committee or something like that, or whatever it was, or if it was in church, it
Pričat će
didn't matter.
se
I was never
liderstva
elected to lead. I
u
never
školi
got to
kada
lead.
su
I
neki
wanted
postali
to, but
lideri,
no
ali
one
on
wanted
nikada
me
nije
to lead.
postao lider.
Then
Želeo je,
later
ali
on,
nikad nije imao
I got to
sposobnosti za
high
to.
school, where maybe this was even more important to me.
U srednjoj školi
It
je to
was
bilo
very
još važnije za
stressful.
njega.
But
Bilo
then
je
I
vrlo
accepted
frustrirajuće.
that I would be just a follower. I just fall in
I
line. I
odlučio
was
da
never
ipak
number
bude onaj
one.
koji
I
će
was never
pratiti
number
lidera.
two. I
Nikad
was
nije bio broj
often a
1,
number
nije
three.
broj 2,
Maybe I could
često je
get it
bio
into the groove at
You did
least.
broj
do
3.
pretty well there.
well, and that's kind of my point to this subject of lead, which is the subject for kicking off 2023, and that is that it
I
became a
sada,
benefit in my
kada
business
je
later on.
Yeah.
Because
lider
when I
u
had to work with people that was twice my age, I was
2023. godine,
22, and many of the people were 42, which I thought back then was
seća se da
great
neki
deal,
postaju lideri u
And,
svojim
Thank
40.
you so much.
some of
Seća
them
se
were
svojih
62,
početaka.
or 64. They were 66, three times my age.
Yeah.
And I was happy to be in the background, letting them lead.
Bio je i pratio ljude koji su i 3 puta stariji od njega i bio je srećan da od njih
Their
uči i
leader.
da
That
ih
helped me a
prati.
lot. So
To
to
mu je
you,
mnogo
Hilde, this
pomoglo.
year is all about taking the leadership. It's all about leading.
Ova
What
godina
does
je
that really mean to you?
sva u znaku
Well, first of
liderstva
all, I
i
do believe that
preuzimanju
everyone
odgovornosti
can
i
lead.
vođstva.
And very often I see that a lot of people, they undermine their skill of leading in the small.
Mnogi ljudi podcenjuju svoje mogućnosti, kaže Hilde.
Big. Now, since you went into your background, for me, you know, one of those defining things that I really do believe have shaped me as a person was
Jedna od
during my
stvari u
years
koje veruje
growing up being a
i
swimmer.
u
And you
koja
know
je
the story.
pomogla je kada
From
je
I was
bila
7
plivačica, kada se
I was
bavila sportom
very
plivanja.
active within swimming. You don't
Bila je
necessarily
vrlo
see it
aktivna
today
u
because
toj
of my broad
oblasti.
shoulders and how tall I am. But you know, I was very active. I was exercising between 6
Vežbala je, trenirala je.
a week, competing twice a month,
2
traveling
put
inside
se
of Norway,
mesečno
outside of Norway.
takmičila, putovala po
And during
Norveškoj
this
na
specific season
takmičenja.
of my life, I really learned how to take the lead, take
Tu je
leadership
naučila
over
kako
my
da
success
predvodi, kako
and
da
really
preuzme
work
vođstvo.
according to a plan. I really learned how to face challenging moments. I learned to face
Naučila
really
je
difficult
kako da
moments
prihvati
when I would
izazove.
step back. Sometimes it was like we were working out again and again and again, you know, for a long time, and still, you know, I wouldn't break my
Nekad
personal
je
record.
mnogo
I was
radila,
doing
mnogo
like
vežbala, ali
I
nije mogla da
kind of
postigne
learned a
željeni
lot from
rezultat.
that. I also learned how to handle victories and set
To
new
su bile
goals.
borbe da se otkrije kako pobediti,
And
kako
when I
osvojiti pobedu.
started building my business in direct sales, I think that I could
Kada je
transfer a lot
počela
of
da
those
gradi svoj posao u
moments, a lot
direktnoj
of those
prodaji,
experiences
počela je da
into my
transformiše ta svoja
business as
iskustva.
well, because in this business, obviously, it's about taking charge yourself,
U
leading
biznisu
yourself.
je
I think that this is
sve se
really
svodi na
one of the
preuzimanje
most
odgovornosti
principles
za svoj
when it
posao.
comes to leadership. A lot of people believe that when you talk about leadership, it's about leading someone else, right? But you
Ljudi
have to
misle
start
da kada
leading
se priča
yourself. You have to
o
step up
liderstvu da je to da
yourself.
vodiš nekoga
So
drugog,
because I was
ali ne,
quite
moraš prvo da počneš da vodiš sebe.
the coaches here in this business said
I
you have to do
potrebno
a
je
lot
da
of meetings.
vežbaš, da treniraš, da imaš coachinga, da imaš trenere.
Too many meetings maybe on my own. But since I was working in an area where nobody else was working, I just thought, you know, then I should organize the system. I put on the business presentations, I put on the opportunity meetings.
Počela da organizuje
training,
sama svoj
different
posao, da
events.
napravi
And
poslovne
through that, I was
prezentacije, da čita,
absolutely
da
not
uči,
perfect, but
da
through
praktikuje.
doing a lot of action,
I
eventually
mnogo
I created
akcije
some results.
su je
And my
dale
point
i inovacije.
just as a start here is really that even though you don't feel that you have the experience of
Čak i ako osjećaš da
being
nemaš
a
iskustva,
leader in some area
da budeš
or in
lider
this
u
specific
nekoj
area, I
oblasti,
do believe that you have. You have the experience from maybe school,
ali
from
imaš svoja prethodna
sports activities
iskustva,
like myself, maybe
iskustva
from
iz
being
škole,
married,
iz
being
sporta,
active in the
kao
church,
što
or
je
from
ona
other
imala,
jobs that you
iz
are working
bavljenja
out
u
or have
crkvi
been
ili
working within.
nečemu
And then
drugome.
secondly, a lot of
I
people, and this is one of the things that I feel so many people are stuck in, is that a
mnogi
lot of
ljudi
people
su
happen to fall into the trap of
zatočeni u
wanting
toj
to
svojoj
be perfect
nesigurnosti,
from the very start. But nobody is perfect at the start. The only
a
way you can
plaši
actually
se
bring growth
nesavršenstva,
and
misle
bring
da
about
nisu dovoljno
is
dobri,
by
ali niko nije dobar
acting
na
and
početku.
having a lot
Niko
of
nije
activity.
savršen.
So I really believe that when you ask me that question,
Zato
it's really
verujem
in that story, it's really in those answers. It's about stepping up, deciding I'm going to lead myself, I'm going to set some extraordinary
Verujem da
high
se sve
targets for
sastoji u
myself,
tome da ćeš
something that I'm passionate about,
odlučiti da
that I'm
počneš
committed
sebe da
to
slediš, da
and then
sebe razvijaš,
deciding just go out and do it, get over
da
your fears,
odlučiš samo
go out
izađi na teren i uradi to.
through the
Bez
activity
obzira što još uvijek
that
možda
you
nisi
desire
dovoljno
the
spreman, nisi
Well, I've
savršen,
got some of those
grešit
broad
ćeš
shoulders. I
at
think
least
that,
broader than I.
yeah, broader
i
than you,
bit ćeš
but I can
podržan
tell
od
you that I've been
svog
trying to
lidera.
compete with you in swimming, and
Orjan se šali, kaže, evo ja imam široka
so
ramena, mogu
badly.
da
I
te
mean, we were
podržim,
two people in the race. Hilde came in
ali
first,
u
the
trci
water
plivanja
came
sa
in
njom
second, and then I came in.
prva je
okay.
stigla Hilde,
Because
voda je stigla druga, a Orjan je stigao
sounds
treći.
like you're a born leader. That you
Šali
just
se,
got it
naravno,
from the start.
i
That
misli da je ona rođeni
natural
lider,
for you to lead.
da je njoj
Well, I
potpuno
do
prirodno da
certainly not
vodi.
believe that anyone is born as a leader. I do believe that every
Ona
leader
ne veruje da je iko
created
rođen kao lider.
over
Misli da se
time and
lider
leaders
kreira
change
vremenom.
over time. But I also do believe that it starts with hunger, right? Everything
Misli da
comes down to
liderstvo
hunger. There's
počinje
probably
kada
some
osjetiš glad.
personalities that are more prone
Glad za
to
uspehom.
leadership than others, but I do believe that anyone can lead. I've worked with so
Misli da
many
svako može da vodi.
leaders, you included, you know that as well. There is so many different
I
types
ti
of
to znaš.
personalities within Zinzino that is just doing
Ima
extraordinary.
toliko različitih
That's not
ljudi koji su
necessarily the
toliko
person that
uspešni u Zinzinu
automatically
kao
see
lideri.
as the leader first, but very often, all of these people, they have this hunger within them where they've just decided that
I
I'm
svi ti
going
ljudi
to
koji
do
su uspeli
whatever
u
it takes
Zinzinu
to
i koji su
actually
lideri,
get those skills
imali
that I
su
need
prethodno
to be
veliku
able
želju
to
za
produce the
uspehom,
results that I
takozvanu glad.
Now, as an example, for instance, for me, I learned a lot. Like I said, I had coaches during my years as a
Imala je
swimmer.
svoje
I
trenere
was
tokom
also used to
karijere,
that
učila je.
here. And when I saw that there was people that was kind of mentors that I could pick their brain, I would jump into that and I would start
Kada
to
je
pick their
primetila
brain.
da
I would
neko
observe
može biti
what people were
njen
doing, how they were
trener i mentor od
communicating,
koga može
how they
mnogo da
dressed,
nauči, ona je
and I
prosto
became quite good at
jedva
copying. I think
dočekala i
as
uskakala,
good as
tako
most
reći,
yourself,
njegov
was good at
mozak i
copying, right? So
skupljala
we
sve
both
to što je mogla
started
da
quite
nauči.
young, and one of the things that I quickly understood was that if I was ever going to be able to work with those people that were a lot older than I had to do something to compensate for my age.
Shvatila je
So
da
by
ako želi
doing
da
it,
uči od
I
starijih,
worked
mora
with
to da
people that was actually
kompenzuje
twice my age. So I
svojom
compensated
mladošću.
on how I dressed. I made sure that I would look very professional in every meeting,
Trudila
so
se
that
da na svakom
age
sastanku
gap
izgleda
would be a
maksimalno
little bit smaller.
profesionalno.
Then I would compensate on the amount of time that I put into
Malo je
study
stajala na
because
prstima
I
da
really
izgleda
wanted them
više.
to feel that they were safe in my hands.
Trudila se da
I
se
was
oni
studying
osete
the
sigurni
content
pored nje,
like
da se
crazy,
ne
the
osete
products, and
ugroženi.
how to present the business. I remember sitting up late in the evening, presenting for myself so that I knew how to
Vežbala
present
je
that in
sama
the
dan
best way.
pred
So it
nastup,
was just tons of
sama sa
practice
sobom
that
pred
went into this.
ogledalom i vežbala je svoj nastup,
Absolutely not a born leader. What about you?
svoju
As I said
mimiku
it
i zato
openly, I
misli da ona nije
realized that
bila
I
rođeni
didn't
lider.
have leadership, or at least I thought that I didn't have leadership.
Tako je
And
bilo
one of the
kod
things
tebe,
that I
Orjane.
noticed, this
Ja mislim da
company,
nisam imao
Zinzino, and what
sposobnosti
we
za
do
to.
here is
Kompanija
I
Zinzino mi je
so
dala
many
tu
different
priliku
styles of leadership that
i
will actually
toliko
work.
različitih
You
ljudi
can
sa
be one
različitim
that is
stilovima
agile,
liderstva koji
taking
su u
charge of
kompaniji
yourself,
dali
being
veliko
self-disciplined,
znanje.
structured, getting everything perfectly down.
Kako da
Or
se
you can be the one that
strukturiram,
is completely different, that blue personality
kako
that
da sve
can't
znam,
sit
to je
down and
jedan način.
concentrate
Drugi
on her
način
needs
je
and
da
just
budeš
need
više
to go from
improvizator, da
inspiration.
više
Or you could be the
kreiraš u
crazy
trenutku.
personality that is just
Zaista to
digging
zavisi od
into
ličnosti
everything and
koja
then you know every
koja
single
predstavlja
detail,
od
because
lidere.
if you lead from front,
Da
or
naučite.
if you lead from behind, or if you lead from the side, or if you lead as a yellow personality, you're supporting those that wants to
Postoje
lead.
više
And I'm
načina
grateful that we've got
kako možeš da
many of those
vodiš,
in the
da
team
vodiš
that
spreda, da vodiš od pozadi, da vodiš sa strane, to su
yes,
sve
all the time.
različiti
Well,
pristupi,
then in all of
različiti
those
načini.
cases you can win, because
U
you
svakoj
are
od tih kombinacija i načina
multiple
ti možeš da
personalities
pobediš,
in multiple levels of your organization.
jer
And
tvoja
eventually, as a
organizacija
team,
i tvoja
you
ličnost
become
će
successful.
uticati na to kako ćeš
We
se
don't
ti
everyone
postaviti.
lead.
Well, first of all, I don't believe that people don't lead because they can't. I
Ja
believe
ne
that
verujem,
sometimes
kaže
it's a
Hilde,
lack
da
of
ljudi ne
commitment,
vode zato što ne mogu.
sometimes
Ne
it's a
vode
lack of
zato
maybe
što ne
time
veruju da mogu.
in the business. Sometimes it's really that you don't necessarily understand what you
Nekad
need
ne
to do
moraš
to
da
create
sve
great
razumeš ni da
results with
znaš,
that time that you're currently investing in the business. And one of the
ali
things that I
potrebno je
100%
vreme da
agree
investiraš u
sometimes
posao.
it's a lack of hunger, right? Or
A
maybe
ponekad je razlog
nedovoljna
nedovoljna želja, nedostatak gladi ili nedostatak
clarifying your goals
vrste gladi u koju
this
veruješ.
upcoming year, that you truly do know what drives you. What is that
Moraš
why
da
that makes you cry? What is
osetiš
the
i saznaš šta je to što te
during
pokreće, šta je to što te
You
gura
know, in
napred.
Orjan Woodward and Chris Brady's launching a leadership revolution, they talk about something they call the trilateral leadership ledger, where they say that your leadership is really defined by three things: your level of character, your
Karakter,
skills, or the way you master
veština
the task of the current profession that you're in, and then
i
how you
odnosi.
conduct the
To
relationships
su
around
tri
you.
najvažnije stvari
When it comes to
koje
character, it starts with hunger.
određuju
What are you truly hungry to
tvoje
achieve? And a lot of
liderstvo
people, they have a
i glad
misunderstanding of
koje to
hunger, where they
pokreće.
believe that hunger is when I need something.
Glad je kada mi nešto treba,
Doesn't
kada
necessarily
nešto
make you
želim.
hungry, right? And I think this is very important, because there is a big difference between want to,
Velika je
I want
razlika
to do
između
something,
želeti nešto
and I
i želeti
should
nešto
do
da
something. One has
uradim
a
ili
positive
trebalo
context to
bi
it, another
nešto
thing
da
has a
uradim.
kind of a negative context to it.
Jedan je
So,
pozitivan
and
pristup,
starvation
a
is
drugi je
obviously not the
negativan.
hunger that you're looking for either. Even though it can get you to a certain point, you will never really break through. But when you
Iako
truly
možeš
know
doći do
what
nekog
you
nivoa,
really
ipak
want,
ne
you know,
možeš
that
da
thing
probiješ
that is
visine
you're
ako ne
passionate about,
osjećaš
that
to
really
i
are
ako
putting
nisi
you into those
uzbuđen i
situations where you're
pasioniran
willing to step out
za
of your
to što
comfort
želiš
zone
da
in order
postigneš.
to get that thing or achieve or become that person. I really do believe that it's all
Ili
starts with
kakva osoba želiš da postaneš je
Yes,
važno u toj tvojoj
I'd
želji.
like to go into a discussion and argue back on behalf of
Orjan
some
voli
of
da
people
uđe
that
u
might be
diskusiju.
listening, because some of you might say, well, I'm
Neki od
hungry,
vas će možda reći ja
I'm
sam
hungry, I
gladan,
want to change my situation, I've got
želim da
great
popravim
dreams,
svoju
I've been in this
situaciju,
business for a
imam svoje
year, or I've been in
snove,
6
radim ovaj
months, or
posao
I've
nekoliko
been in 2
godina.
years, 5 years, I don't know who you are watching out there, but I know that
I za par godina
you might say, well, I'm hungry, I
možda ćeš
spend the
reći
time,
ja sam gladan, potrošio sam
I'm
2-3 godine,
struggling all the way through all
a
of these
borim se
things.
sve vreme i
I
mučim se da
understand that.
napredujem.
I'm
Ja to mogu da
going to have a
razumem.
discussion with myself. I'm sorry.
Ja sam imao tu raspravu sam sa
Sounded
sobom.
like I was going to have a discussion with Hilda. But
Smeje se
really,
zna da sam i s njom
if
pričao o
that's
tome,
true, then
ali
prove
to je
it to
istina,
yourself with the
da
following
moraš
steps.
sebi da
Is,
dokažeš.
first of all, ask yourself the question, did you
Pitaj,
enroll 50
postavi sebi
people last
pitanje,
year? Secondly, ask yourself now in
da li si
2023,
uključio dovoljno
right now,
ljudi?
this year, are you going to enroll 30 people this year?
Odluči
Because
da li ćeš
if
ove
you
godine
are hungry
uključiti
and
30
you're
ljudi.
stuck, you'd
Ako
be
si
willing to
gladan
go all out
i
and do
želiš
that
da uspeš,
incredible
ti
achievement
ćeš
of
izaći, uradit ćeš
going
sve
on
što
a
je potrebno da to
crazy
postigneš.
role of building the business, by
Absolutely.
enrolling new people into the business, by getting personal
Uključujući
customers every
nove
week,
ljude
by
gradiš svoj
helping your
posao
team get personal
svake
customers
nedelje.
every
Pomažući
single
svom
week,
timu,
and rolling in
gradiš
the team.
svoj uspeh.
Because that's truly hunger. Hunger shows
I glad je i pokazuje se u
also
svim
in,
tim
in a
oblastima i
specific area,
željama.
your actions. And one of the things that is also important to remember in this process
Jedna od
of
važnih
getting your
stvari
hunger
koje
is
treba
that a lot of people, they
zapamtiti u
struggle
ovom
with their
procesu
communication. What they are what their target is, or what they want to achieve. And when
Mnogi ljudi nemaju dobro određeno šta je to što žele da postignu. I o tome trebaju da razgovaraju, trebaju da putem komunikacije to odrede. I šta je to što možemo da ostvarimo zajedno kao tim. Da se ujedinimo u tom zajedničkom cilju. Počinje sa glađu i željom.
That is equally important, I would say, and that is how are you willing to change? How do you feel about that?
Druga vrlo važna stvar je kako želiš da se promeniš.
Three H's of character, and I've seen people recruit, and then they recruit one, they
ljude
recruit
koji regrutuju nove ljude, jednog,
they've even
pet
done 20. But
i
then none
20.
of their recruits hits the fast silver, or very few of them, and they don't
Vrlo
promote
malo njih
silver every
postignu
month,
neki
and they don't go
rezultat.
gold, and they
Ne
don't
ostanu
get
dovoljno
pro
dugo,
teams and
nemaju
top
ciljeve,
teams in their
nisu
team,
razvili svoj
which
plan.
means that they continue to doing an action because they're hungry. So those people are truly hungry. It's not lack of hunger, but when the result, when the outcome isn't good, they don't change their behavior. They're not
I
teachable.
ljudi
They're not
su
able to
gladni i
inspire people.
ponavljaju
They're not
neke
able to
akcije, ali
give
kada nema
people, when they get
rezultata,
set back to
oni se ne menjaju, ne
Yeah, let
menjaju
me just
način,
jump in there, because
ne
one of the
uče.
things that I very often feel is that some
Hilde,
people, when
jedna
I
od
start
stvari
teaching
koje
about this
često
principle of
osetim,
being honorable, a lot of people would say, well, this is the area where I'm the best, I'm
mnogi
listening
ljudi dođu
every
i
single
kažu
day
ja
to
sam
go
najbolji u ovoj
other
oblasti.
things, that makes me more skilled in this, I'm reading, I'm good in
Kažu ja ovo se znam, ja čitam, ja imam ljude
they
oko
don't
sebe od kojih
break through.
učim,
And what
ali
do you
opet ne
think then
naprave
is lacking
rezultat.
in this process?
Šta je
Well,
to
they
što ih
take in
drži i
information.
koči da uspeju?
I would even say that maybe they even want to change in some way, but they don't want to transform. I've heard this
Oni možda
argument,
žele da se promene, ali ne žele da se
that, or
transformišu.
if I say that, I don't sound like myself. Well, I'll tell you straight to
Reći
straight
ću
to your
im
face.
direktno u
Well,
lice.
if you want to get results and you're not
Ako
having
želite
results,
rezultat, a
maybe
nemate
you
ga,
don't have to sound like yourself today.
možda
Maybe
ne
you have
zvučite
to
kao
sound like the better version of yourself.
vi
The one that
danas,
is elevated, the
već
one
trebalo bi
next
kao
level,
bolja
the one
verzija
that's
sebe da
different. Because
budete.
I can tell you for sure,
To je
if I
razlika,
continued with my
znam
leadership,
sigurno.
where I was never elected to be first at anything,
Nikad nisam bio izabran da budem lider u bilo čemu,
that I had back then,
ali
I would
sam
not
i
be
tada
sitting.
imao ličnost koja je
Relate so
vredela,
much to that, during these
You
last
changed me so much. Without
a i
you,
ti si me,
I'd be
Hilde,
miserable.
mnogo
I can tell you,
promenila.
honey,
Bez
you
tebe
changed
bi
I'd be
se
sitting in a fisherman's boat
i
out
dalje
there,
mučio
looking up
bi
at you at this
tamo
beautiful
u
resort.
onom čamcu s
I think
onim
that
ribarom, gledao ovo
good for each
divno
other.
ostrvo i ovaj rezort
Honestly, that is also
i
very important
zavidio
also
vama
when
na
you're
njemu.
building your team. You have to be good for each other. You have to make sure that you're
Morate biti kao
elevating
tim
each
dobri,
other
morate
to the
biti
next
dobri jedno za
level.
drugoga.
But it's all really it's so really profound, this thing with being honorable. It's really about your
Biti
willingness
častan je
shape to be
toliko
formed
možda
into a
izvikano, ali
better
važno.
you.
Yes, when
Biti
you look
častan u
yourself in the
poslu i
mirror,
sa
you're going
svojim
to say,
saradnicima.
"Oh,
Pogledajte se u
wow,
ogledalo
that's the new version of me. I
i
like that
recite,
picture."
o, pa ovo je
In
nova
fact, very
verzija
often I see these
mene,
people
dopada
come
mi
into
se kako to
business, and
izgleda.
I've now got to
Promenite
the
se i
age of
vidite to u ogledalo.
47. So I like
Imam
when I start out, I
47
can
godina.
imagine like that being 47
Remember, there
years
is a few
old.
Nisam
people watching
zamišljao
as a
sebe u
listener.
47
I
godina
know, and
ovako.
I've got a point just about that. But very often I see people my age,
Yeah.
and
Često
then they
vidim
come
ljude
into the
mojih
business
godina
a certain way, and then 2-3 years later, or maybe 5-6
i
years later,
uđu
or
u
even
posao
into
i
their
2-3 godine
and
kasnije
now they look like they're just beginning their 40s, because when they got honorable, when they changed and became the better version of themselves, it's actually even visible on the outside. You look
i
better because you
primetim kada
feel better
uspeju, kada
inside.
postanu bolja
Whatever
verzija
is
sebe,
growing inside of you will
kako se to vidi
manifest
s
on the
polja, to se
outside.
manifestuje,
I
to
think that
što
we
se
covered also
iznutra
the shift
dešava,
right
vidi
now
se s
during
polja.
the leader school in Oslo this previous
Na
year.
lider školi u
Where
Oslu
in my opening talk,
prošle
I
godine
remember talking about
u
that it's all
svom
in
govoru na
the
početku
way you manage to renew yourself. And to get
govorila sam o
up to
tome
that top
kako
of the
sebe
mountain, you can't really
podmladiti,
continue
ponoviti,
to do the
biti
same
nov.
thing. Yes, actions is going to get you to a certain
Kako
point,
je
maybe one
važno
step
da
at a time.
akcije
You
vode
will
jedna
eventually
u
get there,
drugu i
but
kako u
you have to
10 godina
think,
možeš da
how
se
can I
promeniš.
grow? How can I get
Kako
better? And
mogu
I
da
think
rastem,
that
kako
has
mogu
been
da
one of
budem
our
bolja.
probably most important steps to
Možda
getting
od
to where we are
najvažnijih
today.
koraka
And we've
u
had
promeni.
constantly those discussions. So we did that. It didn't really work out. How can we develop? How can we get better next time?
Imali
So
smo
having
stalno
that critical
diskusiju kako
discussion with
možemo da
yourself
napredujemo,
as
da
well
se
as the people
napredimo.
around you, I really do believe is one of the most fundamental things to create
Jedna
that
od
growth
fundamentalnih
and
stvari
build
za
that
to.
character. But there is one more.
But before we move on,
Okay.
I just say I'm jealous of
Malo je
you
brzo za mene.
because you have this
Kaže,
dress on,
ljubomoran sam na
and I've
tebe,
got
Hilde.
this shirt on, and it's 29 degrees, and I'm getting all
29
sweaty.
stepeni je na polju, ja sam u košulji, znojim se, a ti si u toj laganoj
There's
haljini
benefits
zavidio.
to being a woman.
Yeah,
Like,
very
I
a
could have
lot
had
of
a-
benefits to being a woman.
I believe you. So we've got hunger.
Yes.
We've got
Imamo
Hannibal, and
glad,
then what's the last part? Because
imamo
I've seen people
čast,
being hungry, people growing, changing, truly putting in change, but they're still not getting there.
Well, the last age
i ljudi
is
sve to imaju, te dve
honorable.
stvari i opet ne stignu
And I
do
think
cilja.
that this is obviously also very important in the equation. And most people are probably good at getting, if you have children, your kids to school in time. Maybe
Ljudi su
you're
uspešni
good
ako
if you have a
imaju
job,
decu
you're good at
da
doing the work
odvedu
that
decu
your
na
boss
vreme u
expects you
školu,
to do. But here is the big
da
question.
budu dobri na
Do you
svom poslu
honor
koji
your
redovno
word
rade,
to yourself? Now,
ali
if you
biti
say that you're going to
pošten
build
i
something, now, if you
častan
say that you're going
treba
to do
biti
this
zbog
business
sebe
as a professional, you're going to build to
i
active diamond, you're going to go to crown,
treba
black
graditi
crown, and
svoj
from there on,
profesionalni nastup,
continue the journey.
doći do
How do you
dijamanta i
do
onda od
things that is
dijamanta
actually
možda
getting you
postati
there? Are you
profesionalac.
making those calls that you know is important to schedule the appointments to recruit those people?
Važno je znati
Are
kako
you
zakazati poziv, kako
prioritizing
pozvati ljude.
the urgent things, or do you manage to prioritize those things that truly makes a difference in your business growth?
Yeah, because this happens all the time. People say, "Oh, this year, Orjan, I'm gonna be the top recruiter. I'm gonna
Da,
get,
to se
I'm
stalno
gonna go on that
dešava.
trip, you know, or
Kad ljudi
you're gonna
kažu,
qualify
ove
for
godine
director trip, or I'm
postaću
gonna
top
sponsor 10
regruter, ići
people, or
ću na
this
put,
month I'm
postaću
gonna bring in
najbolji
3, or
sponzor
and
sad
then
od
they
ove
say
godine.
that, and they say they're gonna be
Malo mi
that,
pojači svetlo
but
na
then
tom,
I
samo
see
malo.
already by the 14th of the month, they're flattening out and
Ali
they're
već do
curling down their
polovine
activity
meseca
because
se
they don't manage
izduvaju
to
ti
honor
ljudi i
their
njihovi
word
planovi,
when it
velike
gets tough.
želje,
And that's the last part of
spadnu i
character.
stanu.
You got to be hungry, so you got to want it.
To
You
je,
got to really
dobro je, to
feel
je
that, okay,
stvar
this
karaktera.
is as important to me as nearly air. Well, the minute it becomes as important as to take your next breath, you're going to be honoring, or then you're going to be hungry. And then you got to be changing. So if it doesn't work,
Važno je
you
da budeš
PDCA,
i
you plan
gladan
to
i da
check and
budeš
adjust. PDCA, you plan to check and adjust.
zahvalan i
And then
pošten
you
i da
honor your word, but
da
sometimes you
poštuješ
don't
svoju
make
reč
it,
koju
so
si
you
dao.
honor your word, but you fight until the last minute, and then you fight the next
I
day,
da
and you
znaš da
fight
ta
the next day.
utakmica
You don't
tvoja i
give
tvog
up, and then
obećanja traje do
continue
posljednjeg
the next
minuta.
month with the same goal, and you
I
don't
da
stop
sledećeg
to
meseca
achieve it,
imaš isti
because
cilj
then
i
you
da
honored
možeš da
your word,
postigneš i
you
više
just didn't hit the time frame. So this is the
i da
character.
se
Now, can I
sve
just
ovde
jump in there? Because
deli
I think that the
u
last thing that
frejmovima,
you
u
said there is
vremenskim
very, very
frejmovima
important.
mesečnim.
Because when you feel that it's a long way to go,
Kada
the magic
znaš
is
da je
how do you
dugačak
speak
put
yourself?
pred tobom,
What are you reminding yourself about? Now,
kako
I have
sebe
to say, and I'm going
podsjećaš
to be a little bit
stalno na te
vulnerable here
svoje
because we're in the
ciljeve, na ta
Maldives,
svoja obećanja.
beautiful place, you know, my dream destination. And
Nalazim se na
yesterday,
divnom
I can
mestu,
tell you guys, I wasn't
na
so
mestu
positive
mojih snova.
because, you know, 2 days ago, our girls got chicken pox.
I hope it's
And
3 days ago, because then it's one less day.
Pre 3
maybe
dana
it's
su
3, we're
njihove
counting, you
čerke
know.
dobile boginje.
But you know, yesterday Sarah, our second one, she was feeling so bad, and today
Loše se
she has
osjećala
chickenpox
Sara.
all over
I
her
danas
body,
ima
her
tačkice po
face
celom
and her
svom
mouth.
telu,
Same also with
preko
Rebecca, a little less
lica,
on her. But I said to Orjan
usana.
yesterday, I don't know if I'm going to do this interview. I don't know if I managed to record these different talks because, you know, it's just too much. You know, we have all of these incredible
Je
leaders flying in from all of the different countries that has done
previše
a
je to
remarkable job. And
opterećenja,
then we have our
dolaze
kids
ljudi
here
iz celog
and
sveta i
they're just
lideri,
filled with chicken pox,
najbolji lideri
screaming
iz
for their mama
kompanije dolaze
constantly.
ovde,
Yeah,
a
and
ja
I
moram
had
da
this
budem
moment,
mama sa
I think
bolesnim
it was like
detetom. I to me
4:32 in the
opteretilo.
morning. I was with Sarah. She was waking up. She said, I have to go to the bathroom. And she
Ja
went to
sam
the
bio
bathroom.
sa
And then as she
Sarom,
was
ona je
standing
se
there,
probudila
she
i rekla
watched
moram u
herself in the
kupatilo.
mirror.
Gosh.
And she
Pogledala je
started
sebe u ogledalo
crying.
Yeah.
And
i
she
počela je
said,
da plače.
chickenpox
Rekla
is
je,
spread all over my face.
ja
I have to
imam
run out, pick her
bubuljice
up,
preko
and
celog svog
calm her
lica,
down and
tačkice.
comfort her because she
Ja
was
sam je
so
utešio,
sad.
smirio,
But
And
in the
jer
middle
ja
of
sam
those
njen
moments,
otac.
we either honor what we said we would
Yeah.
do,
I
or we
bez
have to
obzira na sve,
reschedule
mi
and we honor
ili
what we said we would do
održimo
later on.
svoje
And
obećanje, ono
both
što smo
is
rekli da
okay.
ćemo da
Yeah, and I
uradimo,
just want to jump in there
ili
and
ne.
say again that later the same evening I thought, you know, I'm so foolish. the
I
re-
kasnije kada je sve
obviously the
prošlo,
reason why
kaže
we are
Hilde,
here
uveče sam razmišljala, o Bože, kako
of our
sam
why. It's
ljudskasta,
because of
koliko
our
sam
dream.
brinula.
We have this big bold
Zbog
vision.
toga
We're
što
going to
je
achieve 1 million
ovo
customers,
ostvarenje mog
20
velikog
million
sna
customers,
i
100 million
nisam
customers.
želela da me ništa
And
u tome
yes, of
spreči.
course I'm going to do this interview because it's a part of the
Ali
journey.
naravno da
But
ću
you
da
know, when you're in
uradim
the
ono što
middle
smo
of
se
a
dogovorili da ćemo
challenge
napraviti ovaj
where you
intervju,
feel set back,
jer
where you
ovo
feel
je
that,
u
you know,
opisu našeg
why is this
posla i ovo je
happening? You have to really
izazov, ali se
remind
pitaš
yourself
zašto
about those
se
dreams.
ovo
And by
sad baš
reminding
dešava.
yourself about those
I
dreams,
onda se
you manage also to keep your
podsjetiš
word for
svog
yourself.
sna i
My
kažeš ja
coaching
moram
last
da
night
držim
was all
datu
about we're
reč
not
zbog
perfect.
tebe pre svega.
We all got things to work on. But really, how we build respect for ourselves is by building our character, is by feeding our hunger. So what makes you more hungry? What makes you dream bigger? Then always working on not only learning, but actually changing, being honorable, taking the new lessons, making them your own, becoming that better person, and then honor your word, fight to honor it. And if you say something that was wrong, you walk it back, you renegotiate. If you promise your team something and you can't deliver, you make a new arrangement so that you eventually end up through renegotiation also honoring your word. And then we build character, and we should say, well, if you got character, then for sure you will just build the biggest business out there.
Yeah, and I think that one of the
Moram se
things that is
zamisliti
important
izgleda.
when it comes to that is that you build your habits because it's all
Vi
in our
treba da
habits.
izgradite vaše
Now, we either have bad habits or we have good
Preuzmi
habits.
svetlanu
Bad
prekidni
habits is
internet.
easy.
Very easy to
Habits.
Pick them
develop.
up like this, whatever it is.
So difficult to live with. Good habits are a little bit more difficult to develop, but a lot easier to live with. And I think that this is crucial when it comes to character because it's really in
Navike.
things that we
Tako je.
form our character. And it's when we then build our character, we also
Kada
see
gradimo
things bloom around
karakter,
us. It's like the spring, you know, when you build your
It's the law
character.
of attraction. You
Yes.
attract people to you that want to
privlačite
be around
ljude
people
kada gradite
with a certain
karakter.
character.
Yeah, and character is really about how do you love yourself? What is your
Pitanje je
self-worth?
koliko vi
What
volite
is your
sami sebe,
self-esteem like?
koliko
What is
samog sebe,
how do you build your
koliko
self-confidence? And
imate
like I said, it's like the spring.
stimu.
When you build your character, everything blossoms around you. Your relationships, your spiritual life, your business
Kakav je
results, your
vaš odnos
friendships,
u
maybe your
porodici,
physical health.
kakav je,
And
It's your
eventually,
self-image.
yeah, it's your self-image. And eventually
kakav
you become
imidž
the
imate, kako
person
vidite
that
sebe.
people want to follow, that
I
people
ljudi
look up to.
žele da prate
So
ljude koji
leading
su
them.
sigurni u
Am
sebe
I
i koji
doing
vide
interview
sebe
or
na
you
pravi
I don't know
način.
who's doing the
I
interview
think
by
we're
now.
both
We're
doing the
winging
interview.
this.
But leading is that you have your character, and that's multiplied by your skills, which is multiplied by
Kada
your
se karakter
relationships.
pomnoži
So in other
sa
words,
veštinama
who you are multiplied with what you know,
i sa onim
multiplied
što,
with
ono što
whom you
znate
know.
And
i
also
ono
the
sa čim, šta
positioning that you
želite,
have
ko
in the
želite da
relationships
postanete.
to who you know. So if you've got a good character or a strong
Ako
character,
imate jak
you have a
karakter,
very big head start. But if you've somebody that
imaćete
is
i
just a
jasan
perfect
put.
personality and everyone likes them, but they have no skills, what
Ali ima
happens
mnogo
then?
ljudi koje
The results
drugi ljudi
doesn't come,
vole,
right?
ali nemaju
Yeah, because you
veštine.
got to have the, well, you'd for sure from your inner circle get some customers. And you'll get lots of
Kao prvi
customers
krug
easily.
vi morate
But
da imate
building the
dovoljno
business is more
kupaca.
than just getting good relationships around you, following you. You
Gradeći
also got to develop
vaš
new
posao
relationships and people
podrazumeva
that you
se
don't
da
know eventually
imate
follow you.
odnose
So
sa
the
ljudima,
skills that needs to be
da
trained is the
imate, da
sales
naučite
skills,
i
is
osvojite
recruiting
veštine
skills,
koje su vam
is the
potrebne
product
da razvijete
knowledge.
taj
Just
posao.
your testimonial will get you far, but it won't teach your people how to tell their
Tvoje
testimonial.
svedočenje će te
Product
voditi
skills to do
napred,
that.
ali
You've got
neće
the
naučiti
you've
tvoje
got
ljude
to
što
that
treba da urade.
compensation plan skills. And I read somewhere
Iskustvo
in
ih
your
neće
diary
naučiti.
that you loved numbers, Hilde, that you were just that born
Znam da
numbers
ti voliš
person.
brojeve, Hilde,
You know?
i da upisuješ sve u svoj dnevnik.
Actually, my son is teaching me for that. He's like, Daddy is so much better than you when it comes
I
to
deca
numbers,
su na
Mama.
And
njegovoj
then he says
strani
that, but my
zbog
mom
tih
is so
njenih
much better than you,
osobina i
Daddy, and
kaže tata
everything
je bolji
else.
od
But I
tebe.
think again, even though that hasn't been, my major advantage, I decided I'm going to be good at this. I'm going to
Ja
learn
sam
the
odlučila da
complex.
ću
So I learned the
naučiti
complex, and I
ono
think
što
it's again a
kompenzacioni
matter
plan,
of
da ću biti
position.
dobra u
So
tome. Ja
what
sam
you
to
said is
odlučila,
that
nisam
sales
znala.
skills is important, recruiting
I to
skills
su
is important. You have to
važna
learn how
znanja,
to hold people
iskustva i
in your
veštine
business.
za
That
uključivanje
commission plan,
novih
you have to
ljudi.
learn how
Moraš
to
da imaš plan.
learn a commission plan yourself,
Važan je
calculate that for yourself as well as also
kompenzacioni
your
plan.
team.
Moraš da
And then
znaš
it's a
kako
matter
ćeš
of
ga
the
predstaviti
product. How do you
novim ljudima.
really understand the product? How
Moraš
do you
ga
see the
stvarno
product
razumeti,
others?
kao i
And then there
razumeti
is one more,
proizvode,
which is
znati o
how do you
proizvodima.
master the knowledge around this specific profession? Why do you think that
Znati
is so
ono
important?
znanje
Well, I
osnovno u
think that
vezi
is
sa ovom
important because
profesijom kojom se
unless
mi
you
bavimo,
really
ali
understand
i
why what
proizvodima
you're
koji
doing
imaju
is a
veze sa
brilliant thing to do,
profesijom.
you will maybe question it because you will encounter different people. And the last part here is those people skills, or the X factor in the people. Who do you know and how do you know them? But they could bring you doubt. They could bring you disappointment.
Ljudi mogu da ti postavljaju pitanja, mogu da te dovedu u sumnju.
Sometimes a
To
motivational
naravno
speaker
zavisi
said,
od vrste
people are
ljudi,
like elevators. You walk into
ali
them and they either
ljudi su
bring you up
kao
or they bring you
liftovi.
down
Ili te
unless you
podignu
have that
gore
X factor
ili
in
te
the
spuste
relationship
dole.
where you decide which floor you're going to.
You become
I
the
odnosi
thermostat
koje
and
ti
not the
gradiš
thermometer.
i ti odlučuješ o tome
That's
gde
another
želiš da
one,
ideš.
Yeah.
Da li
which is
želiš
a
da ideš
brilliant
gore
example of
ili
what we're
želiš da ideš
discussing
dole.
there. But what I think is so
Ti
important
biraš.
is to understand how we elevate people, because what we do for our
Ono što
customers,
mi radimo za naše
our
kupce,
customers is first and foremost ourself, our kids, our mom and dad, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, our
oni
siblings,
su
all of the people that are close to us, and we bring them out.
naša rodbina, naši
Initial
prijatelji,
It
naši
doesn't mean
kupci.
that nothing will ever go
Moja
wrong.
tašta, moj tast, svi
Understand
su oni moji
point about
prvi kupci.
nutrition and healthy foods,
Yeah.
but it's about the extra buffer. So maybe it was supposed to be this bad, but instead it becomes this bad. And that's what people got to
I
understand.
jedan
Maybe you were supposed to
mali
10 years, but then
mala
instead
razlika odlučuje o
20 years.
tome kako
Or like
ćeš kome
myself,
pristupiti.
I
Možeš
was
na jedan
sick.
ili
I
drugi
had
način.
some severe problems with my intestinal system, and I was reversed back to
Ja sam
normal.
imao
And
problem
now
sa
it's 10
svojim
years already. Maybe I
stomakom.
can keep normal for another 10 years. Then I got 20 years more of life, even if I got
I
ill
ja
again
sam
at
to rešio
57.
sa ovim
But of
proizvodima i ja
course, I
sam
hope
sebi
that it will be
produžio život
97 and
10, možda i
107
20
and
godina.
120.
120, and then
I planiram da ću živeti do 120
Continue
godina
from there on.
let's continue.
i
Invent
da ga
something new.
podržava.
But that's what we do for our customers. And then for the
To mi
partners,
radimo za naše kupce
a
i
whole
to je
other
važno
level.
da
Yes, it's about
prenesemo
power.
svoje
But it's
iskustvo
definitely about creating an extra income opportunity, and then
i
eventually
da
creating
stvorimo
a wealth
jednu
opportunity
dodatnu
where you
poslovnu
can
finansijsku
be
mogućnost za te ljude.
beyond or go beyond what you actually dreamed about. And I can tell you that where we are today is beyond the dreams that I had.
Mi smo danas ovde, Hilde,
And I think that that's
mnogo
also part
iznad
of
onoga što smo
re-innovating
maštali i što smo,
innovation of
čemu smo se
yourself, where
nadali.
you as for when you get to a level, you have to look at what's the next level. And
Kada
obviously, young
dostignete
people, they would
određeni
argue
nivo,
back and say that, well, you know,
treba da
I would
pogledate
be
u
perfectly
sledeću
happy at
tačku.
that level, which is okay. You know, we all have different
Možemo
dreams.
se
I think
osjećati
that
dobro
for us,
kada dostignemo
it's then
određeni
a
nivo,
stretch. Like when we
ali
get
to je
to one
opasno,
point, we want to
možemo da se
stretch to the next
opustimo.
one. We want to stretch to the
Ali
next
mi
one.
treba
And
da
what
se
brings me
zacrtamo
joy
i
when it
uputimo
comes to
ka
this
sledećem
all
nivou
of the
odmah.
people that gets their life changed. You know, obviously you touch on it with your story. I have my
Svojom
story that
pričom vi
many of you've heard,
dodirujete
so I don't need
ljude,
to necessarily go into that.
utičete na ljude
There
koji
are
će
so many
promeniti
incredible
svoje
stories,
navike.
both product-wise as well as business-wise, that is just bringing tears to my eyes and makes me want to
Meni
continue
prosto
and
suze krenu
continue
na
and
oči kada
continue.
pomislim na
But
sve
when it
to i
comes
na
to the
ljude kojima sam
relationship part,
pomogla.
you know, I
I
think
to
that
me tera da idem
there
dalje, da
is a lot of
nastavim dalje.
okay. No. When it comes
Za
to the
ljubav
relationship
vam ne
part, I
treba
think that
prevod, to vidite i
this is
sami.
something that we all have to work on. Like, how do you get in contact with new people?
Svi moramo da
How do
radimo na
you
tome da naučimo
keep
kako
your
da
old relationships
uspostavljamo
alive
kontakte sa novim
and grow
ljudima,
them, not
kako
necessarily
da razvijamo
level
naše
that you were
odnose
at?
i kako
Your
da ih
position in the relationship.
Orjan dodaje, razvijamo da rastu.
How do you get how fast you manage to build a connection, you know,
Koliko
with
brzo
people
možemo
that
da
maybe were
uspostavimo vezu sa
higher on your
ljudima
list when you
koji
get
su
started, which is also
možda
very
na
important.
početku bili
What I
visoko na
learned was
vašoj
that if I
listi.
had a conversation with somebody, and then I would
Orjan,
read
kad
my
ja imam
books on the
konverzaciju sa
subject that
nekim,
we had a conversation about, when I had the next conversation with the same
ja
person,
zapišem o
they
čemu smo
changed. They
pričali
got, wow, because they
i
saw me growing in knowledge, saw me becoming
na
more
sledećem
confident, and
razgovoru
they had
oni
more of a
primete moj
respect
rast,
in the
primete
relationship.
drugačiji
And then by 2
pristup, da
years,
sam
5
ja
years, when my
porastao
business grew,
u
they
svom
wanted to join, even though in the
u
beginning
vremenu, da
they
sam
might
sada
be the ones
drugačiji,
who thought,
oni
no, I
primete
don't want to
promenu
follow Orjan.
Yeah, and I think
i
in
onda
this
možda odluče da hoće da me
context, it's
prate.
also important to remind yourself we have 2 years, 1 month,
Mi
1
imamo,
month,
da se
right?
podsjetimo, 2
And
uha
sometimes
i
people ask
1
me, why
uspeh.
this person here in the business, why is he doing so well? Or this gal here, why is she doing so well?
To je
Because there's something
možda razlog zašto
special,
neko
you know,
dobro
there must be
radi
some
i dobro
magic to what
napreduje,
he or she is doing. But
jer
very
više
often
sluša nego što
comes
priča.
down to this. They are extraordinary good at asking questions.
I
They're
jako
good
su
at
dobri u
asking questions to their
postavljanju
prospect
pitanja.
when they're doing a
Ti
presentation.
si,
They're good
Orjane,
at
jako
listening.
dobar u
They're good at
postavljanju
filling
pitanja
the person's need instead
i
of trying to
otkrivaš šta
answer
je
their own need.
nekome
And then
potrebno
they
umesto da
are
mu
good
nudiš
at
šta sve
finding
imaš
those key things with the people that they
i
have
da
in their
daš
team so that
ključne
they
stvari
help them grow and
koje
help
mogu
them
da
achieve
pomognu
their next
ljudima
level
da
by
rastu i da
actually
porastu do
focusing on
sledećeg
their
nivoa
strengths and improving their weaknesses. So
i
what I
da
usually do
poprave
every
svoje
2 years, that
slabosti.
I would grade myself from 1 to 10 on each
Ja
area,
sebe
and then I
ocenjujem
would
svaki put od
write
1 do
down
10
the
na
1,
različitim
2, and
oblastima
3 things that I believe that I can improve on
i onda
in
obeležim
character,
stvari koje
in
mislim da
tasks,
nisam
and
dovoljno
in
dobra i
relationships.
koje mogu da
And by
popravim u
being a little
odnosima.
bit more clear around this has actually helped me a lot in
To mi mnogo
making
pomaže.
a plan for the year for myself and how I can actually work on the different
I
areas that I need to
pokazuje mi u kojim oblastima
to
treba
grow my
više da
results.
radim da bi se
Actually, the way
razvijao.
I see it, character is your personal development. While
I
your professional
tvoj
development,
karakter važan je
how
tvoj
you
lični
develop your
razvoj.
skills, as well
Kako
as also
razviješ
those
svoje
relationship
vještine
areas that is important to
uz
actually
razvoj svojih
build the results
kontakata i
that
odnosa sa
you
ljudima.
want.
I like very much what you're
Mnogo mi se
saying,
dopada ovo što si rekla.
one of the things that I just got the other day very clearly is that
Jednu
most
stvar koju sam juče
people
uradio
are
vrlo jasno i
one
rekao,
skill away, one new knowledge away from doubling their income.
Sure.
And if you
jedna
get
nova
one
vrednost,
skill
jedno
and
novo
character, one
znanje koje
upgrade and
stekneš
character, and you learn
udvostručit
one
će
more skill,
tvoju
perfect one more
zaradu
skill,
i
and then
tvoj
you build
napredak.
one more relationship, that might even double again your income. And if you do this on
Jedno
an
novo
annual basis,
kvalitetno
it's going to
poznanstvo
be
i odnos
absolutely
razvijen
amazing.
takođe
Actually,
će
on
razviti
Goodyear,
tvoju
we made a
zaradu,
kind of
možda
a
i
benchmark. I
duplirati.
remember when we were teaching about this, where we said that An average director would usually score a
Jedan
sum.
prosječan direktor
An average crown would usually score around 100. And then from
kruna
there
će
on,
oko
as an
100
example, would be
partnera
300.
imati.
And I think that one of the
Znači,
things that very
pozicija
often happens
300
when you score yourself is
partnera.
that either you score yourself way too high or you score yourself way too low. So you got to be a
I
little bit
možete
careful
sebi
when it comes to
postaviti
this. Like
vrlo
10 is the
visoke
absolute
ciljeve
max,
ili
like
vrlo
the best
niske
in this profession when it comes to skills. 10 on
ciljeve.
character would be, well, for me, Jesus.
Internet je prekida, preuzmi se,
You have to
dobro je,
really
vratio se.
understand that, there is areas for us all to
Postoje
grow in when
oblasti
it comes to
za
this.
sve nas u kojima
Now, if we're
možemo
going
da
to sum it all
rastemo.
up, there is one thing that is very, very important, and that
Jedna
is
stvar je vrlo
leadership
važna,
is about action.
The fact is
a
that
to je da je
you're not
liderstvo
growing unless
povezano
your
sa
result
akcijom.
is growing. And this is just very profound that if you want to measure how much you grew this year, yes, you can look at some of those things and you might grade yourself better in some of the areas, but eventually the results will follow because the inside of you will be manifested on the outside of you. And we've got some
Unutrašnji
challenges for
biće
people here in
manifestovano
January
spolja.
because this is the
A
kickoff of the year and we
pogledajte
want to
šta
have an
ste
absolutely
dobro uradili
amazing
prošle godine, a šta
2023.
loše i
So
to
I want
popravite.
people to focus on four things.
Želim da se
So
fokusirate
number
na
one would
4
be
stvari.
right now,
Broj 1,
just after this, when we have a break or just
čim
after the
završimo
convention is
i bude
ending,
pauza,
Meetings.
or at least one meeting, 10 meetings would be great.
obavezno zakažite
Okay, so
bar
some of you
jedan
go for 10
sastanak za
meetings,
sutra.
but
Bilo bi
everyone
dobro i
commits
10,
to book one meeting
ali
immediately
svako od
because when
vas
you bring
može
yourself
odmah
into
u
action,
pauzi da
you
zakaže
start
jedan
changing.
sastanak.
You start overcoming the things that
Počnete
are stopping
odmah
you. You
promenu
overcome
istog
that fear.
trenutka.
And then decide this week
To enroll one contact.
and then
I
this
odlučite
month
da ove nedelje
You want to
uključite
move one
jednog
rank up,
partnera.
or at least, during this
I da ovog
quarter, make a
meseca
plan
napravite
for
jedan
yourself.
skok u
Make a
karijeri.
plan together with your leaders to move
Napravite plan
one
sa
rank
liderima.
up. Imagine what can happen during this whole year, the next
Šta može da
365
se
days. If
desi u
you just
sledećih
started this
365
year
dana ako krenete
tremendously
od
well.
sada
Yeah, we've got 200%
i
easy
samo
beats.
po
It's possible
jednog
to do it
uključujete
this
nedeljno.
month. And I wanted to be bold. I know we agreed on this quarter, but I want people to get, I want to see success and see people win.
Ja
So
želim
maybe
da
by the end
vidim
of the quarter
uspeh
there are
kod
2
ljudi,
ranks up, but commit to
ali
one
do
rank
kraja
up this
četvrtine
quarter
godine,
and go for
znači
it.
za
Try
3
to do it
meseca
this
da
month.
budu
And
bar
number
2
4,
skoka u karijeri.
Commit to continue
Broj
to work on
4,
the giant within you. I really do believe that it all starts on our inside. How do we work on
ja
our
zaista
thinking?
verujem
How
da
do we
sve
work on
počinje
our
iznutra, kako
self-esteem?
radimo
How do we work on our
na
self-confidence?
sebi, na
And
svom
when you build
samopouzdanju.
that character, you build that hunger, the willingness
I
to
kada
be changed,
izgradimo
reinvent yourself, to
karakter,
keep the
treba
word
da
that you have
izgradimo
for
i
yourself,
želju da se
then
menjamo,
eventually your results comes
da
because
se
you're always a
formiramo i
reflection
oblikujemo.
of your most dominant thoughts.
yeah, and there is seeds of
I ono
greatness
što
on the
se u nama
inside of
vidi
you.
je
When
ona
those
naša
grow,
najdominantnija
you will
misao i
go, and the people
najdominantnija
around you
osobina.
will go and see that
Kad
you're
vi krenete,
amazing.
ljudi oko
We
vas će
love and
krenuti
appreciate
isto
you. Thank you so much for being a part of
i oni će
Senseo.
vas
And
slediti.
let's
Hvala
make a
vam puno
difference in this
na
world together.
pažnji u ovom delu i ajde zajedno da napravimo promenu. Black
Happy
Crown,
New
Mikael
Year
Šatler
and welcome to our
se javlja.
official partner kickoff.
Srećna
My
nova
name
godina i
is Michael
dobrodošli.
Schüttler and I'm a brand new Black Crown in
On je
Zenzino.
novi
Still
Black
crazy for me to
Crown
pronounce it
u
like that.
Zenzinu.
And I have the honor to guide you through the program
Čast da
today.
vas vodim
What
kroz
I can
program
promise
danas.
is that it will be
Ono što
filled
mogu
with
da obećam,
exciting education,
da će biti
take homes,
uzbudljivo,
and keys to make your dreams come true.
vrlo
Now,
uzbudljivo i
talking
korisno
about
kako da
exciting
ispunite
news,
svoje
let's
snove.
take a look on the campaigns of January. And you
Pogledajmo
know, guys, those
kampanju
campaigns
u januaru.
are a turbo in your business in Zinzino.
I kampanje
If
su
there ever was a
izuzetno
time
važne
to show
u Zenzinu.
taillights, which we teach about in leadership philosophy number 10 in the Express Start, it is when a campaign is announced. And this month we've got 4
Sada
things.
možemo da
Pay close
objavimo
attention.
da imamo 4
Number
kampanje
one,
ovog
a
meseca.
customer giveaway. It was sent out 2 days ago.
We've
Pre
got
2
no
dana je postavljena jedna.
100% ECB. You
200
qualify most
ECB,
likely in December, but there is a second chance now in
većina vas se
January.
kvalifikovala u decembru, ali evo šanse da u januaru to isto
And your
postignete.
new partner, or you, if you missed it, could get the 200%.
Vi ako ste to promašili, možete sada da postignete u januaru.
Ultimate kit promotion with a refund.
Promocija za Ultimate paket.
Get us excited about this anymore. We've been running this campaign now for a couple of years, but
Već nekoliko godina ta kampanja
if there
traje.
was no more refund on the Ultimate kit, it's
To je
prolonged.
paket
We
koji se
go
refundira.
and massively get new partners in, and when they get to 25 customers in a
I
year,
dalje se
they
nastavlja i
get
kada
a
se napravi
refund. And that is
25
the
prodaja
updated version of
u
the
godini dana,
enrollment
refundira
program.
se
Go
taj
to it,
iznos
set
paketa.
your goal for the year. It's time to show taillights. So here is the trick. It's the number of partners that you have in your team, and that is multiplied by the activities that they do. The number of
I
short
enrollment,
presentations that they do, the number of follow-up,
broj partnera
the
koje
number of people
uključite
they
i
bring
njihov
into the
rezultat
business
koji
presentation,
postignu doneće vam
the
dodatne
and the less.
bonuse,
And then
dodatnu
it's
zaradu.
the number of customer demonstration and the follow-up of the customers and how they create Cincino for free. This equals your momentum. So now it's time for you to think about
Sa njima
what's
treba da
your goal
razvijete
for this
njihove
year
kupce, da
when
ih
it comes
pratite i da
to
napravite
gaining
momentum.
momentum with the January campaigns. The sign up
Momentum
is
u
something
januaru je
extraordinary. We've
veliki.
got January as a perfect month to make a perfect kickoff for
Januar je
2023.
perfektan
I'm
mesec
very
za
excited
start,
and I can't
za
wait to
uspešan start.
congratulate you,
Vrlo
recognize
sam
you in the end of
uspešan,
the month,
vrlo sam
beginning of February,
ushićen
when
zbog
you're
toga i
absolutely
želim da vam
skyrocketing. So it's time
čestitam
to
i
show
poželim da
daylight.
razbijete ovaj mesec, da
Wow,
raketno
I know this will drive
krenete
volume.
u
And as a leader, I
postizanje
will act on
rezultata.
it immediately. 200%
Kao
is
lider,
as
ja ću
important
krenuti
as
odmah
oxygen.
da radim.
One wise man
200%
once said, and I follow this
ECB
advice,
je
that was
kiseonik
one
za ovaj
reason to
posao.
get to a black crown level in
Gorivo,
less
glavno
than
gorivo
3 years.
za
But
napredovanje.
as you know, to reach our goals, we need a good plan.
Ali za postizanje uspeha potreban nam je dobar plan. Zato vam predstavljam sa zadovoljstvom
To the corporate strategy for 2023. Please welcome our CEO, Dan.
predstavljam našeg direktora CEO-a
Happy New Year to all of
Daga
you. Thank
Petersona.
you so much for everything you
Srećna
do
nova
and
godina
for
i hvala vam
your
svima
valuable contributions to the year that
za
has
doprinos koji ste do sada
I hope you had some
dali i
time off,
postigli.
got some rest, and had some good
Mislim
times
da
with
ste
your
imali
loved
vremena malo da se
And I
odmorite
hope
i
that you
lepo se
are ready for
provedete.
a fresh new
Nadam
year
se da
with
ste
excitement
spremni
and
za
power.
novu
I'm sure
uzbudljivu
that
godinu.
2023 will be filled with
Siguran sam
joy,
da će ova
more
godina
success
biti
stories,
ispunjena
growth, and tons
zadovoljstvima,
of great moments
rastom,
together.
mnogim
And I'm
ličnim
so happy
uspesima.
by all we managed to achieve in
Srećan
2023.
sam za
We
svega što
broke some
smo
new
spremni da
records again in
postignemo.
November. A reflection from my side is that the revenue in November was higher than my entire
U
first
novembru
year.
je naša prodaja
Things in
bila
perspective of what we
najveća.
can achieve 10 years from now.
A zamislimo šta
2022
možemo da
was
postignemo
outstanding
za
with many
10
new
godina
ranks,
od
new
sada.
records, and growth. I'm amazed just looking at
23. će
all
biti
these new
sigurno
ranks and
rekordna
titles.
i bit
Look
će
at
mnogo
this.
novih pozicija. A vidite šta smo postigli u prošloj godini. Ovo su sve ljudi koji su postigli nove pozicije i to visoke. Marko Pasanante, Dave Ives malo pre, Vibeke Stenvik, Orjan i Hilde,
New silvers, new golds,
a
executives,
da ne pričamo o
platinums,
novim
diamonds, directors,
silverima,
crowns,
goldovima,
royal crowns, black
egzekutivima
crowns, ambassadors,
i
royal
mnogim
ambassadors,
visokim
black ambassadors, and even
pozicijama.
a
Ovo
two-star
su bili
global
samo
president
neki
couple. Mhm.
ljudi koji su
I
napredovali.
appreciate each one of you so much. Huge
Cenim
congratulations.
svakog od
There
vas
are
i
many
svaki
things that
vaš
I'm looking back at
rezultat
with a
i
big smile.
čestitam vam
One
na
of them
njemu
is the
ako ste
product
ostvarili u
launch,
prošloj
like
godini
the
napredak.
concept with a tutti frutti flavor.
Imali smo prošle godine i novi ukus
The
tutti
blood sugar
frutti,
test with all the
zatim
information and
test
reporting on your
za
health at Cincino
proveru
Test.
stanja
And
dijabetesa.
our new cosmetic skincare range from
Imali smo i
Hilde.
novu
I
kolekciju
expect a lot from these developments.
kozmetike i švajcarske, Hansen
We will at
Heidi.
some point this year hit the mark of 1,000,000 tests. I'm looking forward to
Mi
celebrating
ove
that
godine dostižemo 1.000.000
all
testova,
over the
kao
world
što
have
smo
changed their
zacrtali
eating
i
habits
pre
and
nego
started
što
a
smo
better, healthier
zacrtali.
lifestyle because of our tests and our tailored supplements.
I
We are on our way
postižemo
to
mnogo
become the
bolje
world leader in preventive health.
postignute zdravstvene
I'm
rezultate zbog
proud and
naših
touched
testova.
of the personal testimonials
Ja
I get from
sam
customers and partners. We've
dirnut
managed to
ličnim
launch many new
svedočanstvima
markets
ljudi
last
koji
year,
su
and we have
napredovali
already
zdravstveno.
started the process to prepare for other new markets. The
Spremamo se
future
za
is
nova
looking bright,
tržišta,
and our dream for a global expansion is a
za
reality.
globalnu
We also
ekspanziju,
changed
jer
the
to je
world
realnost
in the
naša.
tech space, and with a extraordinary, good-looking, upgraded website, the
Sa novom unapređenom web stranicom.
It took us 18 months, but it
Trebalo
was
nam
worth it.
je 18 meseci da
And it's a major
uradimo to.
step in building a global
To
strong
je
brand,
ogroman korak
test-based,
u
personalized nutrition,
našem
wellness space.
test-based nutrition poslu.
Just fabulous. Another area
Online
that
rad
makes us stronger is the last year
čini nas
merger with Enhance.
jačim.
Founders, their staff, their partners. That has been a very
Jači
good
smo
marriage.
i zbog
The
naših
results out of that
uspeha
are not only
osnivača,
coming from the
partnera.
product side, but we could also read it in the growth of partners and customers. And the beauty is that is just the start. Thanks to all
I
of
ono
you.
što je najlepše i u sve ove uspehe i rast je što
The
smo
only
u
thing that
stvari
makes
tek
me
počeli.
sad on behalf of last year is the loss of Henrik Schultz, that passed away so sadly and way too early.
Dajemo počast
We use
Henriku
it as a
koji je
reminder that every day
bio
counts and that
u
success
kompaniji
should come
direktor
with
i
joy
preminuo je
and
prošle
happiness
godine.
together with hard work. Thinking about
Cenimo
Henrik
njegov
brings emotions, in
rad,
different directions.
njegov
My
doprinos.
heart is sad. At the same time,
Naše
I think
srce
about
je
Henrik with joy and
tužno, ali u isto
Even
vreme
love.
i ponosno na
Henrik
njega.
had such an appetite for life, for his dear family, and for us in Cincinnati.
On je bio deo familije naše i to i dalje ostaje.
I'm grateful for all the support and the cooperation.
Zahvalan
All of
sam
you in the
za
field, and I
podršku
appreciate all of you.
svih vas.
I am
Sve
also
vas
very grateful
cenim.
for having such an amazing and loyal organization around me as I have today.
I zahvalan sam tako dobro i organizaciji koju imamo oko sebe.
The right set of values,
Imaju
a
fantastične
mindset,
sposobnosti
all this
i
together has
mudrosti.
created so much value for us.
I
Congratulations
toliko
again for
nam
helping us grow.
pomažu da stvorimo vrednost. Čestitam im svima.
Short story. You know, the beginning of the year is the time you do to do
Početak
some
godine je
evaluation and reflection. It is
stvar
also the
za
time of
neke
year to set goals. I guess that all of you have set your goals or not.
sumiranje
or are on your
rezultata
way
i
to set
procenu
your goals
rezultata.
this year. It is also a month of crushing dreams. When you see all the
To je i
hopeful
mesec
workout
kada
starters in the gym, the first 2 weeks
postavljamo
in
nove
January,
ciljeve
so
i nove
becoming a
snove
support member for the rest of the year.
i
Set the
planove za
goals.
celu godinu.
Make a reasonable plan and
Postavite
start to
ciljeve,
act on that.
postavite razumne planove i počnite da radite na tome.
And I invited the management team, the sales directors, Hilde and Orjan, to a 3-day strategy summit in Oslo where
Mi
we
smo imali
discussed
u Oslu 3 dana summit sa Orjanom, Hilde
of what our
i
strengths and weaknesses is.
vodstvom.
We did an
Analizirali
assessment
smo
of what
naše
our
rezultate,
opportunities and threats is.
planirali
We had some
investicije,
good discussions. We also had
imali smo
some
kvalitetnu
group
diskusiju,
tasks, which was enlightening and funny.
ali
All in
i
all, a pretty
zabavili
good
smo
summit
se
where we agree on the goals
nekoliko
for the
dana.
upcoming year and the years to come. We
Složili
finalized
smo
the
se
strategy for the next
oko
2 years
ciljeva
and
koji nas
made an
čekaju
action plan for all the
i u
different
sledećih
business areas.
nekoliko godina.
It was very useful since we haven't been
Bilo je
all in
vrlo
all together for
korisno,
about 3 years because of the pandemic. Just
s
being
obzirom da nismo
together
mogli 3
created
godine da se sastanemo
another
uživo zbog
benefit was
pandemije
gathering the
sa
sales directors and the
u tom
management team
sastavu
in Gothenburg.
i sa menadžmentom
And you
u
of course know
Gotenburgu.
this is just that when people understand and care for each others and we
Ali
have
kada
some common
ljudi
targets, then we all
brinu
start to
jedni o
help
drugima
support our teammates go.
i razumeju,
Another observation from our side was that we could see the difference in the
onda je
thinking.
sve lakše.
The Asian way of working is different from the European way, and many things could be lost in translation. So lots of repetition is extremely important to make sure that everyone is on board on the strategy and what's ahead of us.
Strategija je vrlo
I'm not
važna,
so sure
postoje
that
dve
we as a
vrste
team are
koje
closer
ne
today
mogu da
than
prevedem,
before.
ali je
On top of
važno
that,
da
I
svi
wanted
budemo
the team to be
upoznati
challenged
sa
to
strategijom i da
I also
budemo
had them out for an adventure.
ukrcani
You
na
know, some of
brod
you
koji
have a pretty
putuje
cool
u tom
ski jump
pravcu.
arena up in the hillside, like 10 minutes away from the city center, the Holmenkollen. And at that arena, do we have a pretty good view on the top and a little bit of a
Bili
scary
su na
line
jednom
activity.
brdu iznad
I
grada,
woke
imali
up in the
su
middle of
dobar
that
pogled.
night before that, sweating over the activity, since it could be a little bit too much. And I
On
wasn't sure
se
I would
veče
keep
pred
myself down
sastanak
the zip line in the middle of
preznojavao,
the
brinući da
November
možda nije
myself.
postavio prevelike
We were lucky
zahteve
with the
i
weather.
planove.
And it's always someone in the group that thinks this is super fun, and others that is just thinking, what a
I uvijek u
crazy man I am.
svakoj grupi
Breaks
postoji
our own
neko ko se
boat
oduševi
and
velikim
halfway force
ciljevima,
people down the
a i
zip
neko
line.
ko se
Oh, it's
uplaši i
cold
pomisli,
weather.
o Bože, ovo je
Lucky
ludo,
for
kako
me,
ovo da postignemo.
this ended good, and I'm
Ali
looking
sve
back on the
skupa
day and the
završilo
whole
se
world
dobro
was filled up with joy. Look at these images and pictures.
i pogledajte sad ove slike, kako je to izgledalo na tom brdu gde smo imali taj trodnevni sastanak. Ovo je neka skijaška skakaonica, pošto nema snijega, sad su izmislili spuštanje sajlom.
The output from the Oslo summit and other meetings that we've had during the last year with the owners, the board, the leader council and the management.
Rezultat ovog sastanka i sastanka sa liderima, sa bordom investitora
Here we go. Number one,
dao je sledeće odluke.
or
Broj
return
1,
to you as a partner.
unaprediti partnerske alate.
Focus on improving ourselves and give you all better tools for recruiting. I'm
Da
happy
će
where
vam
we are.
bolje
It is
alate.
about time to move
Dobro je
fast.
već i gde smo sada, ali možemo
Sure
i
that
bolje.
we've done many good and necessary upgrades of
Sigurni
last
smo
year.
da ćemo raditi, da smo uradili prošle godine mnogo unapređenja.
I have some ideas and we have some
Imam neke
ideas.
ideje što
We're
možemo,
starting
u
to
stvari
define
mi
the
imamo
goals,
ideje
give
šta
some of
možemo
the
da
tools.
uradimo
We will be launched shortly. We
i
have
uskoro ćemo
different landing
lansirati
pages coming through soon.
različite landing
We're full speed on
stranice.
our checkout project, which have many good features like pack bag and more. But more than anything, would I like
Ali
to
od
get
svega
your
što mi se
feedback,
sviđa,
what you want us to create and build.
važno je da nam vi kažete šta želite da kreiramo.
As your upline, will be your contact person for good creative ideas.
Vaši lideri mogu biti kontakt za dobre ideje,
Long-term
da nam
upgrades on this.
pomognete da to
And
bude
this
brže.
project will be in my personal focus for the next 24 months.
I
Delivering
fokus
quarterly
su
upgrades and updates on what has been accomplished and what is coming.
naredne 2 godine
Number 2,
biće da objavim šta
focus
se
on
sprema i
growing
šta ćemo raditi.
existing markets and slowly open some new.
Fokus na rast
There's such a
postojećih
huge potential in
tržišta.
our balance concept and in our personalized test-based nutrition. And we have just started our journey
Počeli smo naš
about
put
building the
sa
brand, but
test-based
also leading the
nutritionom,
space, which means that we are in a
da
super
cilj da,
early stage. This
da
is good
budemo
news
lideri
for
u
all of
tome
us. In our largest market, Germany, have we even not tested 1% of
tržište
the population?
u Nemačkoj
We
koje je
know that
najbolje
scale the
nije
business, so what we
ni
need to do
1%
is to build
pokriveno
and grow
testom
our core existing markets.
prema
So
broju
we
stanovnika.
will need to grow other strong markets, sales
Ali
markets
moramo da
like
razvijemo
Europe,
ta
like
jaka
Italy,
tržišta.
France, Spain,
Francuska,
United Kingdom,
Španija
but also
i
USA.
Engleska su
We
tek
need to
u razvoju, kao i
resources,
Amerika,
attention,
United
improve our
States.
presence in
Potrebno je da
all those
to
markets. We must
razvijemo tako
continue
što
to
ćemo
grow our
biti tamo
business.
na
Strong
terenu.
markets like Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Hungary, Czech, Slovakia, Poland, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. And the common factor in all these
Najrazvijeniji
markets is that we are still very, very early with our concept. and that potential is extraordinarily huge.
su i dalje tek na početku u tim zemljama, Švedska, Norveška, Mađarska, Slovačka,
And go slow before
Mađarska.
we've grown fast and opened a lot of new markets over the last years. We've got
Prošle godine smo otvorili mnogo novih tržišta.
so now we could slow down and open fewer markets over the
Ove
next.
godine ćemo malo da usporimo, otvorit ćemo samo nekoliko novih tržišta, ali se razvijaju stara.
Studies, proof of concept, and intellectual property. We have, as mentioned, a very strong product
Nastavak
focus.
snažne produkcije i intelektualne svojine, zaštite intelektualne svojine.
Percentage of the total sales. So we need to triple down on the concept and grow a business within the core. So we believe we need to strengthen the brand awareness with studies of our products and investing in proof of concepts more than new products. Will we be more
Više
focused
od razvoja novih proizvoda, važno je da ove stare zaštitimo i intelektualno pojačamo i
in test phase?
uradimo na
Planning on launching
promociji zaštitne marke
predict
naše.
test-based nutrition to be the next megatrend, and we are the pioneers in the field.
Mi smo
and that is
pioniri
something
u
that we drive
testovima i
We
test-based
are
nutrition.
shaping the future of personal
Mi
health.
kreiramo
wellness,
budućnost
as
ličnog zdravlja.
I know for sure that we will be a world dominant leader in this space.
Znam da ćemo biti dominantni lideri u ovoj oblasti
of the world.
i da ćemo osvojiti svet.
Number 4,
Broj
e-commerce and
4,
tech first.
e-commerce i tech
We will
prvo,
continue to invest
tehnologija prva.
in our e-commerce platform. In our
Razvijamo e-commerce
demand
platformu.
for and in tech. We have upgraded our tech space so many times over the last years.
Unapredili smo
It
mnogo
has
naš
changed the way of working, enabling great
poresku
e-commerce
osnovu,
and success.
text-based.
Our spending will be towards new futures to help you as a partner on your way to reach your success.
Naša glavna potrošnja bit će da pomognemo vama da kao partneri razvijete svoju budućnost. Mnogo novih landing stranica, landing page-a. Investirat ćemo u partnerske alate najviše.
This is super important in order to become a billion-dollar company.
To je vrlo važno da bismo postali kompanija vredna milijardu. Tačka broj 5.
Brand awareness and positioning. Over the last years, have we
Svest o brendu i pozicioniranje.
when it comes to marketing or unique offer and building our brand? From better key
Mi
visuals to product
gradimo
packaging,
brand,
of our websites, the blog content,
više ćemo
and
se
increased
razvijeti
social
na
media
web
presence.
sajtovima,
We are building
na
strong,
blogovima.
consistent, long-term brand within the world of preventive health. And that takes time
Gradimo
and
snažnu mrežu ljudi
As a
koji
partner,
preveniraju
you are the
zdravlje.
most valuable brand ambassador when it comes to sharing our
Vi ste
products.
ambasador naš kada je u pitanju podela iskustva sa proizvodima.
We will continue to build a strong long-term brand that stands out. And we will invest in focus
Nastavljamo da gradimo čvrst
need
brand
out in the field to build your business as well as Encino's.
i da i vi gradite svoj posao isto kao i Zinzino
Congratulations
posao.
again to all of you. And
I
hats
još
off
jednom
on your brand
čestitke
new title.
svima i skidam
All your
šešir
efforts
svima
for being a
vama
part of
koji
the
ste
Encino
postigli
family. Last year was
rezultate, postali
fantastic year.
naša
I can't wait to see what
porodica.
it has in store for us. I'm looking forward to getting together at the next director
Radujem
trip in
se
April,
na sledećem
Mexico.
direktorskom putu da
These
se
trips are
vidimo.
so important and valuable
Ta
when it
putovanja
comes
su
to
veoma važna i vredna
setting
kada je
creating
pitanje
goals,
razvoja naše kompanije i
lifestyle.
ličnog razvoja.
Perhaps most importantly,
Možda i
moving our
najvažnije,
life, shaping our future.
jer
Since
zajedno
it was
tako
born out
gradimo
of desire to
zajedničku
think
budućnost.
Hilde and Orjan made it their mission to reclaim the customer-centric approach in direct sales when they first started out. Recommitting to
Hilde i
that
Orjan
years
su
ago has brought us
se opredelili da
where
pomognu
we are today
direktnu
as one
prodaju
of
od
the
samog
fastest
početka.
growing direct sales
Mi
companies
smo
in health
trenutno jedna
and
od
wellness,
najbrže rastućih
focused on
direktnih
becoming the world leader in
kompanija za
personalized
direktnu
nutrition,
prodaju. Postajemo
preventive health.
lideri u tome u svetu.
Still challenging the status quo and always putting the customers first.
Još uvijek ima puno izazova, ali uvek stavljamo naše
Ever. And
kupce
10
na
years
prvo
from now,
mesto.
do I
10
believe our
godina
company
od
will be
danas
over 10 times larger than it is
Verujem
today.
da ćemo biti 10 puta
New Year
veći
to all of you.
nego
Go out,
danas.
inspire, change
Srećna
your
vam
life.
Nova godina svima i uživajte.
Currently, we are on a team trip to Dubai, and next to me is Burj Khalifa, the tallest building
Javlja
in
nam
the
se
world, ranging 829
voditelj iz
meters above ground.
Dubaja.
That's just amazing. And we all understand the complexity of building something that great. It takes a vision. We need a vision. And that's a
I tako
great
nešto
analogy
veliko
to our business because no business
zahteva
grows big
viziju,
without
kao jedna
a
od
vision.
najviših
And when
zgrada
you're
na
here,
svetu.
everybody is motivated. Everybody wants to craft their own vision,
Kaže
their
da
own
su
goals.
svi u novoj
And that leads me
godini
to our
motivisani
next
za
speaker.
nove
She
planove i
inspired
nove
me so
uspehe.
much in so many ways. And if you listen to her, you start thinking bigger. You start believing in yourself and you start crafting your own goals and your own vision. Please welcome our two-star global president and founder,
Dve zvezde,
Hilde
globalni
Rismihr Saele.
prezident Orjan, u
Water.
stvari Hilde Saele, je
And I
žena koju
remember
kada
turning
slušate
over to
dobijate
Orjan,
sve
saying,
veću
"It's
želju
raining."
za uspehom i
And he just
motivaciju.
responded, And then the second after, he kind of jumped into the bed. Now, what had happened was that we had just opened up the roof. In our old house, we were making a roof terrace, changing tiles.
Mi sad renoviramo našu kuću, otvorili smo krov stare kuće
Now, it didn't just
i
rain, it was
želimo
like
da
pouring down
poraste.
for 20 days. It was crazy. Now, I don't remember how many times we were running around in the house, trying to fasten
Renovirali su svoju kuću kada su skinuli krov, pa je počela kiša, pa je bilo
we already had renovated.
problema.
Now, one of these nights, when I went back
Jedna
to
od
bed, I just decided I'm just going to
noći
give
kada
up
je
and get up. And in
sve
the
to
middle of the
bilo,
night, I
rešila je
remember
da sve
sitting on a
napusti.
box in our temporary kitchen at the time, listening to
Sedela je u
Brian
kuhinji,
Tracy's Gold Workshop,
slušala je
envisioning
Tracy Goldwork.
brainstorming goals. Now, the reason why I got reminded about this story was because of one of the goals that I wrote down.
Sjeća se da je
Because
tada
on my
zapisala
list, I
jedan
wrote
cilj.
travel to the Maldives. And
Put
here I
na
am,
Maldive.
my friend,
I
recording this
evo me sada
video
ovde
to you
posle,
here today. You
posle
know, to me,
nekoliko
this is one of
godina.
the most spectacular places
To je
in
jedno
the
od
world. And actually, later today,
najspektakularnijih
we're going to
mesta na
welcome some of
svetu.
the people that are qualified for the founders trip. And we're going to just spend some
I
incredible days
sa
together
nama
with
su ljudi
really
koji su se
wonderful
kvalifikovali za
leaders.
Founders
But
putovanje,
here is the big question. Would we
ali
be here
veliko
if I
pitanje je
didn't write down the goal?
da li bismo
And
bili
would
ovde
the
da tada
qualifiers
nisam zapisala da
have
želim da
qualified
budem ovde.
if they didn't write down
I da
the
li bi
goal
oni bili
of
tu da nisu
qualifying
upisali
and
prošle
working
godine
on
da
their
žele da se
plan
kvalifikuju za ovaj
every
put
single day? Now,
i
I
da
think
nisu
that both
radili
you
na
and I
ispunjenju
know
tog
the
plana
answer to
svaki
that.
dan.
So, my friends, today,
Pa,
what
dragi
I
prijatelji,
have the privilege of is to
danas
do
imam
a goal
privilegiju
workshop for you. And my target with this
da
is really
uradim
that I want
workshop
to
sa vama,
inspire you to really make some
da vas
heavy hitting goals
inspirišem,
for yourself,
da
as well as
postavite
also
velike ciljeve
defining
za
what
sebe
goals you are planning to achieve for the next
i da
365
odlučite koji su
days.
ciljevi koje želite da
Now, I know
postignete za
that
godinu.
when you hear
Novu
about
godinu.
this thing with goal setting, some of you are going to say, yeah, I know all
Da
about
kad čujemo
goals. I know
priču o
about stating
ciljevima,
things in
neko
the
će reći,
positive.
ma
I do it
znamo
all
li
the
sve o
time.
ciljevima,
But I
koliko
really do
puta to
believe
slušam,
this, that
ali verujem
there is power in the fundamentals.
da
And
postoji
sometimes you have to
snaga
be
u
aware of
osnovi.
not being caught into the trap of the law of familiarities, where you just start to take certain things for granted because you
A
get so
neke
used to it.
stvari često
Because one
uzimamo
thing
zdravo
is
za
for sure,
gotovo, ne
if you
razmišljamo o
really
njima
desire success
u
for the
osnovi,
next
temeljno.
365 days, if you want to achieve the biggest, best year of your life in
Ali
2023,
želite da
it
ostvarite
starts with
najbolju
you
godinu u svom
writing
životu,
down those goals.
da počne
Now, when I think about the power
2023.
of
u tom
fundamentals,
pravcu,
I think about
snaga
some of the
fundamentala,
greatest
osnove,
coaches in history, like the name John Wooden, Vince Lombardi. Now, you've probably heard those names before yourself as well.
Vince
And
Lombardi,
you know, if you just take
spominje još
John
neke
Wooden as an
ljude
example, he
koji
would
su
take a
radili
basketball player,
i
a kid
razvijali
who was already the best in the
temu
world,
ciljeva.
probably at what he did. And he
Sada
would say,
spominje
let
jednog
me see
igrača
you do
košarke.
400 free shots. Now,
koji
the
je
kid would probably
postigao
reply,
neki
I can do
određeni broj
that.
koševa.
And he would say, well, let me just see you do it. And then right after he would say, okay, now my friend, it's time to do 500 bag shots, 5 feet from the, you know,
Onda je
I don't
postavio
know.
sebi cilj da
What
napravi
do you think he
500
would
nekih
reply?
koševa
Probably
sa
that I
neke
can do that.
distance
But then his
i
reply back to him would
dok
be
je o
that,
tome
you know
pričao,
what, I
rekli
want
su
you to
mu
do this
u redu je, ali
every
ajde to
single
napravi
day
da
for the
vidimo da to
rest of
možeš.
your career. Because I want you to really get it so you can always do
Tako
it in a clutch
veliki planovi,
moment.
veliki ciljevi
Now,
mogu da
if I remember
opredele
the story
dalju
right with John
karijeru,
Wooden, you know,
kao što
between
je njemu
71
taj
and
uspeh
74,
opredeli.
he won 88 consecutive games with his team.
A to
That was
osvojio
just part of
80
what he did, and that is, my friend,
88
the
utakmica za
power
redom sa
of
svojim
the
timom.
fundamentals. Now, even though I tell you all of
To je
these
imao
inspiring
snagu, te
stories,
svoje
I know that some of
fundamentalne,
you are going to say, well,
osnovne,
yes, it's just
osnovnog
gold,
cilja
Hilda, teach me
da
something
postigne
new.
rekord.
But you know what? I really do believe that if you want to be excellent at what you're doing,
Ako želite da
it's
budete odlični u
all
onome
in
što radite,
repetition. It's the power of repetition. Doing
morate
something over
ponavljati
and
radnje.
over and
Morate
over
raditi
and
stalno,
over again.
ispočetka,
So if I bring this
ispočetka,
back into
ispočetka.
goal setting, just
Ponavljati
be among the people that
radnje,
say, well, I'm just going to do this later. Now, don't
ali
fall into that
cilj
trap, because I truly do believe that most likely, and you
za ljude
probably know
koji
this for sure
kažu
as well,
radit ću to
most
kasnije.
likely it means that you won't. Because
To ne
sometimes
znači da
when you
neće.
say that, you just get caught up in the everyday routine. So you
Uhvati vas
want to take
svakodnevna
action on it.
rutina
You want to
i
embrace the
zaboravite.
fact that this year, your results this year starts with
Zaboravite
writing
da
down your goals.
rezultat
Now
koji
for me,
ćete postići ove
the magic
godine
is really in 3 things.
počinje sada.
Starts with writing down my goals,
I
then
3 tajne su:
plan,
napiši
and then
plan, napravi
working on
plan
that plan
i radi na tom planu svaki dan.
single day. We've all
Zapiši,
heard it.
napravi
Leaders,
ga, da ga s
you're a
ciljem da
leader,
ga
you have
dostigneš
a
i
vision.
radi
And a
svaki dan na
leader
tome.
knows where to go, why
A
they are
lider
doing
zna kuda
and
ide
that is
i
the power
zašto
also
nešto
with
radi.
goal setting. You know, without goals,
To je
it's like you're
snaga
just
cilja.
wandering around in
Ako
the dark,
nemate cilj, vi
really don't know,
lutate
where you don't really know where
bez
to go. But with goals,
pravca, bez znanja kuda idete.
that are shot directly
Ali
towards
kad
your
imam
target.
cilj,
And
onda znam
suddenly you
tačno
have
kuda idem i
power
idem
where
pravo
you
ka
can
njemu.
design your destiny and really shape your life.
Zapišite svoju
Personally, I really
sudbinu
do
i
believe that we
kreirajte,
all have goals,
izgradite
whether
svoj
you believe in
život.
it or not. But the problem is that if you believe that, you know, or your goal is just get through the day or pay your lousy electric bill, you know, that doesn't necessarily inspire you. It doesn't
Radite se da
excite you.
postavite cilj
However,
koji
when
će
you
vam
find
samo
those
platiti
things that
račune
you
za
truly,
struju
truly
ili
want in life,
troškove
it's like you
mesečne,
get this
to
flame
nije
in your belly that you
inspirativan cilj.
can't shut off.
To nije
And
nešto
those
vredno što
goals,
bi
my
vas
friends,
pokrenulo.
have the power to transform your life.
Da
Now,
bi
I do make a
transformisali svoj
point
život,
every
potrebno je
single
da
year,
imate
actually
veliki
twice
cilj.
a year, to write down my goals. Usually I do it every summer and then
Ja
usually
obično svakog
prior to
leta
Christmas
napišem
so that I'm
svoje
ready
ciljeve
for the new year. And I remember the
pripremam
first
se
time
da
that I did
počnem da
it.
ih ostvarujem
You know,
od nove godine.
I was 22 years old.
Kada sam
And
imala
I really made a
23
point
godine,
out of writing down all of the things that I wanted to do, all of the
napisao sam
things that I
stvari
wanted
koje
to
želim da
see,
uradim,
have,
što želim da
and
vidim,
also
što želim
become.
da imam.
And that was quite detailed.
To je
I
bilo
wrote
tako
down
detaljno.
the house I wanted to live in, the
Napisao sam
price
kuću
of
u
the
kojoj želim
house,
da
I remember.
živim,
Also the
cenu
car I
kuće,
wanted to drive. I
kola koje
wrote
želim
down
da vozim,
places to travel like the Maldives.
gde želim da
I
putujem i
wrote
napisala
down
sam Maldivi.
recognition goals, which rank I wanted to achieve. I had
Koji rang
purchase
želim da
goals on the
dostignem,
list. I had giving goals on the list.
šta
I
želim da
had goals
dam,
for
šta
the
želim da
person I wished to
kupim,
become as a communicator in presentations, when I was
osoba
doing
kako
coaching,
želim da
when I
postanem
was
u
presenting
coachingu,
from stage, even though I
u
wasn't presenting on stage
prezentacijama.
when I wrote down those goals.
Iako
You know,
nisam
I
bila
was
dobra tada
writing
kada
down
sam to
personal
napisala,
goals, physical goals, career goals, specific
a,
financial goals,
specifične
spiritual goals.
finansijske,
I was writing down
duhovne
everything,
planove.
brainstorming for
O svemu
30
sam
days, 30
razmišljala.
minutes for 30 days.
Treba mi
Now,
pola
it
sata da
was
to
interesting
napišem,
because when
da
I
napišem
look
plan
back 10 years
za
later,
30
you
dana.
know, first and foremost, these were crazy goals. Some of them were
Kada
like
sam
just
pogledala
way, and I'm
kasnije,
talking
posle nekog vremena,
way out of my league. But still, I
neki su
did some
bili
of them.
baš i ludi.
Some of the goals. I
I
didn't achieve
daleko, i
some
daleko
goals. They didn't
iznad
really
mojih mogućnosti.
matter that much
Ali
to me.
mnoge
It wasn't
sam
as attractive
postigla.
to me some years later. But when I looked at those goals 10
Kada
years
sam
later,
pogledala
I
10
had
godina
actually
kasnije,
achieved 88% of the different things that I had put
88% tih
1 year
ciljeva tad
behind. I
zapisanih
had
sam
achieved around
ostvarila.
70%. I think it was like 69 or something like that. 69% of the different things that I had put 3 years behind. And then I had achieved around 60% of the different things that I had put 5 years behind, and then about
Posle
50%
3 godine oko 60% ostvarila, a za još 5 godina ostvarila
So that was extraordinarily powerful. I was 22
posao.
when I got started. However,
Imala
the point
22
is that
godine
you
kad je
don't need to be
počela.
22 to do this. You could be 50, you could be 70, you could be 90, you could
Možete
be 80.
imati
The
sada i
power is
50
in
godina, i
starting. Don't
70,
use
i
age as an
18
excuse.
godina. Sasvim svejedno.
Use it because it truly works.
I
Now, what are those
uradite to, jer
things
to
that
zaista
truly
pomaže.
inspire you, that give you that passion to step out of the bed in the morning and say, you know, I'm ready for this day?
I to će vam pomoći da ustanete svako jutro i
Upgrade
kažete
your living room,
spreman sam
get the
da
pots and the
ispunim ovaj
plants
dan.
and the couches and the fireplace that you always dreamed about. Maybe it is to upgrade your mom or your parents' living condition so they
Sad
can feel
nabraja
some
šta
luxury
možda
towards the
možemo
end
da
of their
poželimo.
life.
Možda da
Maybe
pomognemo
you just want to
roditeljima.
travel the world
Ili želimo
and
da
not be
putujemo
bound
po
by an
svetu.
office. Or maybe you're one of those people that want to work remote, where you work 1
Možda
month
želite da
from the
radite od
mountain
kuće,
and
da
1 month
odgajate decu
work
usput.
from the beach. Now, what
Možda
are
želite da
those
radite sa
goals
plaže.
that truly matter to you? What makes you cry?
Važno je šta
Is it the
vama
summer
prija, šta
vacation that
vama
most
treba.
people can't afford? Is it to go shopping in Bond
Želite
Street?
da idete na
Is it
putovanja
that
koje
when
većina
you
ne
walk
može
into
da
that
priušti?
your store
Ili
in
idete na
Paris,
kupovanja bez razmišljanja o
dress you
cenama.
up in those beautiful dresses that you
Dakle,
dreamed about
divne
as a girl?
haljine.
Now, maybe one of the things that truly drives you is to give your kids a better
Možda je ono što vas pokreće da
go to the best schools,
date
that they can get
budućnost
the
svojoj
best
deci,
opportunities,
da im omogućite školovanje.
those opportunities that you didn't get when you grew up. Maybe it is sorry that
Možda
you're
da im date ono što vi
passionate
niste imali kada ste rasli.
about bringing balance to the world, bringing people,
Možda
restoring
i
this
poželite da
6-degree
date balans
the world. We
svetu,
all know what a major
da
difference
damo
it
balans
makes for us, as
omege.
well as the people around
Znamo
us.
šta to
Or
znači
maybe
za
you're just
zdravlje i
super
za svet.
passionate about ensuring that
A
people get
možda
the
i da
same
pomognemo
opportunity
ljudima
as
kojima
you,
je
where
pomoć
they can
potrebna,
actually
koji su
build a
siromašni.
financial freedom and get the family life, the time freedom
Možda
that
da
you
ostvarimo
desired and
porodični
now have
život koji će
already accomplished.
biti oslobođen
Now, maybe
obaveza.
one of those things that you really want. Maybe
Možda,
it's just that you want that smashing car
možda
that your
želite
neighbor
takva jedna
had,
kola,
growing up. You want to be seen. You want to be recognized. You want
možda
to
želite da budete
have those
prepoznati,
people
da
around you
budete
where they
cenjeni,
understand that they need to respect you for what you've accomplished. And
da
you've done it
ljudi
incredible.
oko vas
That you lived your
cene
dream,
to što
but
ste
you live your
postigli,
dream because you've done a remarkable job. And now
da
you have
vi
a
budete
chance
zadovoljni
to
jer ste
inspire
postigli
other
sjajne
people to also
rezultate
live
i
their
inspirisali
dream.
druge ljude da to
Now, what
naprave.
are those things that makes you cry?
Šta je to
Now,
što
it doesn't
vas
really matter
natera
what
na
it is.
suze?
What really matters is that it is important to you.
Ono što je zaista
Maybe
važno
it's
je
to
važno
get
šta je
to
vama
a
važno.
certain amount in your bank account. Maybe that's
Da li
the
je
thing.
važan vaš
Maybe it's
iznos
something else. The
računa u
point is
banci?
that when you know, you get an inner flame that is impossible.
Kada saznate to šta je to što
Maybe
želite,
you're
to je
watching
onda
from whatever
neugasivi
global
plamen
market.
koji se u
Maybe
vama
you're
javlja
watching from
i gori.
Bangladesh, maybe from Turkey, from
Možda
Albania.
želite da radite
Maybe
iz
some of you are
Turske,
listening
iz
in from
Albanije, iz
more
Bangladeša.
launched markets like South
Možda
Africa,
želite da
hi there,
razvijete ta tržišta
or
ili da
UK,
razvijete
Taiwan, or
tržišta
Germany.
u Tajvanu
Maybe you're
ili u
watching this from
Nemačkoj.
US or
To je
from
sada sve
the
moguće
Netherlands.
lako.
Now the point is this, my friend. It doesn't really matter what an education you have,
I
what
važno je
upbringing,
da nije,
whether you've been
nije
rich
bitno
or
kakvu
poor,
edukaciju
have
imate
had
trenutno
challenges, no challenges. What really matters is
i
your
kakvi
dream.
su izazovi
And
pred
when
vama.
you really get those dreams on
Ono
paper,
što je najvažnije je da
does
ostvarite
something
slobodu.
for you. And what really it does is that it
da
fires
saznate
up your
šta
hunger.
je to
Before
što će
stepping
inspirisati
into
vašu glad.
2023 and writing down those goals, I want us to take a moment now. I'm only going to give you 3
Pre nego
minutes,
što
so
napišete
it's not
sve
enough time to
planove
finish
za
it. You're only going to get
23.
started. But I
Želim
want
da
you to
pre toga
think outside of the box. Think
izađete iz
big,
svoje kutije
dream, goals.
razmišljanja,
I want you to
da
write down
razmišljate
goals for your
veliko, da
relationships,
budete
friendships,
hrabri u tim
financial life, for
rešenju
Zenzino,
želja kada je u
everything that
pitanju
you can
vaš
come
finansijski
up with.
život ili
So I'm
snovi
going to
koje
give you then 3
ostvarujete.
minutes. We're
Daću
going
vam
to get
3
some
minuta,
music. Let's go.
pustit ću vam muziku da 3 minuta razmišljate o svojim velikim snovima. Van klasičnog razmišljanja vašeg svakodnevnog.
Big congratulations, my friend. You've now got
Čestitam,
Now I
prijatelji.
want you to hold up your hand and state out loud. I commit.
Podignite ruku
I
i
commit.
glasno
I want you to say,
recite.
I commit.
Obećavam,
Finish the
obavezujem
brainstorming
se
of my goals
da ću moje ciljeve
end of this week.
do kraja ove nedelje.
Job. In fact, actually, what I want you to do is that when you are finished, I want you to have lots and lots of goals written down. But
Da ću
specifically,
završiti do kraja ove nedelje. Želim da
I want
imate
you to have
mnogo
30
ciljeva,
goals
mnogo različitih ciljeva.
with a 10-year deadline, and then 10 goals
Da imate
with a
30
5-year deadline.
ciljeva koje ćete ostvariti u sledećih
friend,
10 godina.
5
10
goals
ciljeva koje ćete ostvariti u narednih 5 godina.
3 years, as well as
5
3
ciljeva koje ćete ostvariti u narednih 3 godine.
this year, 1 year behind. You want to make them specific, measurable, attainable, real, as well as time specific. In December, we sent out a specific page by mail. You can also find it in the file library. And on that specific page, we encourage you to write down your goals for 2023. Now, I don't know why you started to do Zinzino. On top of that page, it says, why do I do Zinzino? But one of the things that I'm really
Na
believe
vrhu
is
te stranice treba da napišete
jumping
zašto
down here.
ste počeli da
It's
se
really that
bavite
if
Zinzinom,
you are going to
da
make
radite
room in
u
a
kompaniji
busy everyday
Zinzino.
calendar to do it, you've got to know what are those things. Maybe I can get some help here and get the page up on the side of me. Now, maybe it is that you want to work this business full time.
Možda
And
želite
maybe
ovaj
to do
posao da
that,
radite
you
puno radno
need to
vreme.
achieve diamond. So you make
Možda
that
želite
as
da
a specific
postanete
trait.
diamond.
Maybe
Znači
it's
to
so
treba
that
da
you want the
napišete.
finances to build your dream home, or maybe it
Možda
is so that
želite
you
da
really want that
imate
financial
kuću iz
freedom.
snova
Maybe you
ili
need
da
to
imate finansijsku
become a
slobodu,
black crown
da
tourist
postanete black
or
crni
ambassador.
crown
Maybe
ili
for some of you,
ambasador
I know it's going to be president,
ili
you know.
prezident. Znam da
But I
svi
think that
želite da
what is really
postanete
important
prezident.
as well is that you think about, what does this really matter to me? Like,
Ali
why will it
šta
matter
je to
when I get
zaista
to this
što je
level?
bitno za
Because
mene?
the
To je
goal in
pitanje.
itself is obviously going to be exciting,
Jer ti ciljevi
but I
očigledno
think that
moraju da
it's more
budu
the
uzbudljivi.
feeling. You know, the goal is just like writing on a paper. But
Cilj
think about the feeling. Try to
mora da se
describe
napiše
that.
na
Like if
papiru,
it's a
ali
house,
on
like I
mora da
talked
bude
about, you want to
uzbudljiv.
make that
Morate da imate
specific as well.
osjećaj za
Because
njega.
when you make it specific and when you
Mora da
get
bude
that feeling
specifičan
involved
i
in
da
that
vas
goal,
obuzme,
it's so
da
much easier
vam izazove
to also fight
osjećanja.
for it. So I'm going to give you 1 minute now
Zato ću vam dati sada jedan
to
minut
start this process again. 3 specific things.
da napišete
Maybe
3
it's just one for you, I
specifične
don't know.
stvari.
But here at least you have 3 places to write down 3 things. Get going.
Napišite.
I know I said that you want 3 specific things that you want to achieve within the next year, right?
Rekli smo
But I
da
also do believe
napišete
that
3
if you
stvari
can
koje
write
želite da
down 10
ostvarite
things, if you can
u roku
brainstorm
godine
10
dana.
things that you really want, it's a lot
Ali to
easier
moraju
to
biti stvari koje
prioritize
zaista
those
želite.
3 things. So the next thing we're now going to do is to write down 10 goals
Sledeća stvar koju
for
treba da
the
uradite
upcoming
je
year.
da napišete 10
And
ciljeva.
well, if let me just, before doing it, let's just build on a draft. Let's say that you're a silver in
Zamislimo da
pruzio
ste
today.
silver.
And what you want maybe for this year is
I
to
šta
reach,
recimo
maybe one of
želite
the
u
goals is
toku
to
ove
get to
godine?
executive.
Na
So you
primjer
write
da
down
postanete
executive,
executive.
and then it's good to think about, so how can I reward myself when I get to executive?
I
Maybe you
onda
want to reward
treba
yourself
da
with a
vidite
spa
kako ćete da
experience.
se
At least we girls
ponašate
love
da
Da
biste...
se nagradite kada postignete taj
I
rezultat.
would say
To
that
se,
it's a
okay.
good trait, right? Maybe another goal for the year is that you want to reach diamond.
Možda želite da
Maybe you
postignete
also want to help one person in
poziciju
your team
dijamanta.
reach the diamond. Maybe also one of the things that would really drive you is if you get to
Možda može da vas pokrene da postanete
those
top
100
team,
customers, reaching that
da imate
10,000
100
euro check.
kupaca,
Now, how would you
da
feel
imate ček od 10.000 evra koji ste osvojili.
on
Kako
stage?
bi taj
Now, maybe
osjećaj
for some of you, it's to climb
izgledao,
on the
kako bi to
enrollment
bilo?
incentive program. Now, like I said,
Ali želite možda
we're
da budete
celebrating
u
our top
programu
recruiters
za
here on this
uključivanje novih ljudi i da tu
fight
zaradite
for getting up
takav
on that
isti
list.
ček.
For some
Ili
of you,
možda direktorsko
qualify for the
putovanje.
director trip. Gosh, you know, when I talk about the director trip, it's just so
Kada
exciting.
pričamo o
And, for
direktorskom
many years,
putovanju,
this was one of the things that we really drove the business with.
mi smo ovim poslednjih godina, ovim putovanjem
Fighting
vodili
for,
svoj
and that
posao,
was to reach
razvijali
the
ga na taj
director
način.
trip, diamond trip actually back in those days. But how would that feel? Like one thing is obviously the luxury, the 5-star luxury, but the other thing
Luksuz
that
koji
really
imamo
makes a
tada
big difference
je
is the
važan
relationships
i
that are built,
udoban,
the
ali je
education,
važnije od
personal
toga
development,
edukacija koju tamo
professional
dobijamo i
development.
lični razvoj koji
Within
je
the conference,
omogućen na
very
taj
often a lot of
način.
people they travel the first time because they think that it's just
Mnogi
the
ljudi
destination that is truly
na takve
attractive. And later when
destinacije
they were there and
atraktivne
we asked
putuju
them, so
prvi
what
put u
really made a
životu,
difference for
pre
you?
toga
They would
nisu
say,
imali
well,
priliku za
it was
tako
the
nešto.
conversation by the pool with this
Prvi
person
put
who
su
was
možda
right for
pored
me, that
luksuznog
really took the
bazena.
time to coach me and helped me and pointed out what I could accomplish for the next X
I
years.
možda
Or it
tu
was, you know,
iskristališemo i način i šta želimo da postignemo i kako.
my teammates that really just absolutely exploded my thinking on how I could go to the next
I
level.
tamo je moguće da eksplodira vaša mašta i
Put
vaše
some energy
razmišljanje.
into it, write down 10 specific
Ali
targets
iskoristite
for the
sada
year, and it's
priliku,
going to make it a lot easier for you to define
specifičnih
the 3 goals
ciljeva
that will be the most important
za sledeću godinu,
Now,
kako
get going.
biste ova 3 najvažnija koje ste prethodno napisali ostvarili.
In every coaching that I have, I always make a point out of making sure that the person I'm coaching has a clear target for personal
U
customers,
svakom svom
credits,
treniranju
rank, as well as also T number, which
uvek mi
basically
je
means how many
važno da
customers you have balanced in
osoba
your
koja me
organization.
sluša ima jasan
So
cilj
in this, we want now, I want you
i
to
da
write down
ima
customers
ti
you have
balans,
by the
da
end of
ima
2022, and
razvijen
now
balans u svom poslu.
2023. How are you going to end this year? What's going to be that number?
Kako
Now,
ćete
second, how many
završiti
personal partners will you enroll?
završiti
And
godinu
then,
23. Koliko
what's
ćete imati
gonna be
ličnih
your
partnera?
highest rank month during
Koliko
this
kupaca
upcoming
koji
year?
najviši
And then
rang
obviously
dostignut?
we want to make sure that the customers in the organization is following. So you want to make a customer goal and the team as well.
I želim da
So
napišete
good luck.
koliko ćete
See you in a
imati
minute.
kupaca. Srećno imate 1 minut za to. Znači, lični kupci, lično sponzorisani partneri, koliko ćete kredita ostvarivati mesečno i koji je vaš T-number, to nisam najbolje razumeo. Ako si ti ukačila, Svetlana, reci taj T-number što je. Delo mi da se radi o balansu.
Big congratulations again. You did it. You now have those goals
Čestitam,
in writing.
uradili ste
You
to.
know what you're going to aim for in Encino during this year.
Napisali
So the
ste
next
svoj
thing now,
cilj
and I'm just going to give you
koji
30
ćete
seconds to do this, is to
ciljati
write
ove
down
godine
if you're going
da
to choose
ostvarite.
between those 4 things, what are the most important
Ako
to you
želite da se
to achieve during
promenite,
this year?
moramo
What
da
will it
znamo
be?
koji su
Will
to
it be
najvažnije
those
stvari
personal partners,
za vas.
your rank, or a T number? Now, very often I find
Vaš
that it's
rang,
important, obviously, everything is
odnosno
related
T-number, to je
to
to.
other when it comes to achieving certain things. But if, for example, you want to reach diamond or you want to reach a
Ako
higher
želite da
rank, well,
postignete dijamant ili
always
veću
links
poziciju,
to the amount of partners that you put in.
Koliko
Again,
partnera
when
će
you
vam
make
trebati da
that
to
plan
postignete?
for the year, sometimes it's easier if you have a crystal clear goal for this is my number one target.
Nekad je
So,
lakše
30
kad
seconds,
imate
good luck.
određen, specifičan, najvažniji cilj u godini. Sada pišete svoj najvažniji cilj u 23.
You've probably heard the saying, we rise by lifting each other. And the next
Čuli
thing
ste
is
za
very,
izraz,
very
mi se
important.
podižemo,
Hopefully, you already
vozimo
have a plan for this,
pomažući
but
jedni
not,
drugi.
I want you to make a plan for it now. So the thing I now want you to think about is, what are those 5 key people? Those people that you commit to help rise together with
S kojima ćete se posvetiti da im pomognete
what are
u
the names?
23.
Now, and again,
Koja su njihova imena?
obviously, they choose their own goal, but sometimes I find it sorry that
Oni sami biraju svoje ciljeve.
for one of those leaders that I'm working with, it's easier for me to guide them in the process.
Ali je meni mnogo lakše da sa ljudima sa kojima radim
Also sit down with them
znam njihove
and find
ciljeve,
out what their ambitions are.
da saznam šta su njihove ambicije, kuda oni idu.
Again, if you have that target for them, it also makes them able to see that they can accomplish bigger things.
Jer ako znate njihove ciljeve,
I know that some of you that
možete
are
im pomoći da ostvare
haven't
veće
started
i
to do
više
it.
ciljeve.
Which is okay. Maybe you just got started with the business. So in that case, you want to think about January and February. Maybe these months
Ako
should
ste
be
tek
your
počeli ovaj posao, možda je dobro da razmišljate za sada samo o januaru i februaru. Prva 2 meseca, to je onaj period fast
5
starta.
contacts. So now, my
Kada
friend,
možete
I
da
want you to write it down.
dobar
Those 5 for
početak
those of you that don't have those names in
napravite.
place yet in your team.
Vi koji nemate u timu još 5 osoba s kojima biste pomogli, razmišljajte o prva 2 meseca. A ovo su spisak 5 partnera na koji ću se fokusirati ove godine i pomoći im.
The last thing that is now on my list, my friends, is that
Posljednja stvar na mojoj
break
listi
down those goals in quarterly goals. This is something that I always do myself, and I find it so much easier to do it that way because then I can make a specific plan for each quarter. I'm not going to ask you
da
to do
napravimo
that
specifičan
exactly
plan
now.
za
But I
svaku
want you to do it
četvrtinu godine.
during the rest of the day or at least by the end of this week so that you have that
Najkasnije do
plan.
kraja ove nedelje
Now, in
napravite
this
taj
process, I
precizan
would also
plan.
encourage you to bring in your upline, maybe your sponsor, the person that
U
you
ovom
are
procesu
working with,
kvartala
because
bilo bi
it's
dobro
not
da
just about setting
kontaktirate
those
svog
goals,
lidera,
plan in place.
svog
You need to
mentora,
know what will it take to get those things.
šta
But
da
again,
vam pomogne da
break it down
vidite šta je
because then it's
potrebno
a
da
lot
postignete,
easier.
da
And I
uradite da biste
say that
postigli taj
there's going to be
cilj.
some of you who do it, and then there will be some of you who don't. But
Biće
if you
neki od
think
vas
about
koji
the
ćete
topic for
uraditi,
this year, which is lead,
neki neće.
leadership means to act. So you
Ali
want to act
setite
on
se,
it, want to embrace it,
liderstvo
you want to
podrazumeva
do it
akciju.
well.
Ako
For
želite
those
da
of you who
vodite,
know me, you know
morate
that
da
I'm involved in a
radite.
lot of 90-day groups. I really do believe that you can achieve
Verujem da
incredible
90
results in 90
dana
days if you really
okvir može da
decide upon
napravi
it,
čuda.
commit to it, and
Da
make a plan for it.
isplanirate
Now, in the process
90
and
dana
the
plan.
launch of the 90-day groups, I
Plan
always talk
aktivnosti.
about 4 specific things. Because I think that your result depends upon, number 1, you need to have an attractive goal to work towards.
Da biste uspeli,
It
mislim
has
da
to
je
be
potrebno da
something
imate
that you're
atraktivan cilj,
highly excited about
da
doing. Then it's a lot
budete,
easier to put in the time.
da isplanirate svoje vreme i da budete
You need to make the
jako
plan,
uzbuđeni
put in the
zbog
time.
svog
Now,
cilja.
how many hours are you going to work every week?
Odredite
I know
koliko
that a
ćete
lot of you
sati
have
raditi
out there as
nedeljno,
well with a day job maybe. So which
koliko
evenings
ćete
do you
to
set
i kako
aside?
uklopiti
Which
sa
days
svojim
can you work? Which
dnevnim
weekends
poslom.
can you work? You want to also decide upon together with your family, get their
Kako ćete
encouragement in the
uklopiti
process
to
as
sa
well, so that
porodičnim
they are the one
obavezama.
kicking you out doing the work, you know, or putting you into that office to do the Zoom meetings. But you want a plan in place. And then thirdly, I always talk about defining your inner circle, the 5 people
I
that I just spoke
otkrite
about.
ko je vaš
Not least, it's all
inner
about
circle ili
action.
odredite
And in
5 ljudi
action, I
s
really
kojima
do
ćete
believe
imati
that
glavnu
you show the way.
saradnju,
A leader is
a
always
onda
one who shows the way,
isplanirajte
which basically
akciju,
means personal activity, personal
ličnu
enrollment.
aktivnost
It's very easy to enroll people with others. It's
i
different
lično
when you enroll people
angažovanje.
yourself,
Možete
right? So you need to make
angažovati
sure that your
ljude
axe is sharp. Some of you, you're excellent at this, and others, maybe
iz
you rather
raznih
prefer
oblasti.
enrolling
Možete
together with your team,
uključiti
but you
ljude.
really want to
Neki
make
od
sure
vas
that
su odlični u tome,
in this process. How many meetings am I going to have
ali
each
je
month?
to
What do I
nedovoljno.
commit to?
Potrebno je
And
da za
secondly,
njih
in that
isplaniramo
process,
njihove
it's also
sastanke,
very
njihove
important that
korake,
you
da
bring
oni
that community,
krenu i da
that
uspeju.
culture, that positive, uplifting spirit in your team. You want to connect with your upline and your
Želite
downline. Your
da se
individual
povežete sa
conversations,
vašim
your team meetings,
uplineovima i da
your meeting
zajedno
people,
pomognete
social events, different things.
novim
Commitment
ljudima, da
around the
učestvujete na
connection
društvenim
is
događajima, na
extraordinary.
povezivanjima, na seminarima.
The system, the way we duplicate our business is through our
Način na
system.
koji dupliciramo naš
You want to be the
posao
message. You want to
kroz
be the
sistem.
messenger.
Preuzmi
Now, the
Svetlana,
whole
prekida mi
pipeline is
malo,
obviously
malo,
very
pa sam
important.
pola
One of the
čujem, pola
things
ne
that
čujem.
I know for sure is that if you choose, if you commit to build from event to event,
Možete da izaberete da radite od eventa do eventa,
the leaders that manage to fill
Da razvijete
da
posao od
razvijete
događaja
posao.
do događaja.
in an event and erase the number from event to event always builds a thriving team. And then also in this process, it's important to know that it's not just about signing people up.
Ovaj proces je vrlo važan. Ne radi se samo upisati ljude.
Leaders are not born, they are built, they are made.
Lideri grade.
And to do that, you have to
Grade
be
sa
Lideri
vama.
nisu rođeni, oni se stvaraju.
Once a month where you do the Go coaching program, you follow that process. Maybe you want to have someone from your upline involved, if
Trebalo
you
bi da imate bar jednom mesečno taj coaching program, trening, rad sa ljudima. Možda može da vam pomogne neko od upline-ova.
Talked a lot about goal setting during this talk, and I really do believe that motivation is created by 3 factors. Number 1,
Da su 3 faktora važna za motivaciju.
Now, when you
jasna očekivanja.
You automatically set your expectation for this year.
Postavite svoj cilj, onda imate jasna očekivanja od ove godine.
That's why I'm talking about the plan. You want your upline involved. You want
Imajte
to
jasne instrukcije
on making sure that
i budite odgovorni.
And thirdly, leadership is about taking charge. It's about
I
stepping up.
budite odgovorni, budite lider, znajte put, pokažite put i idite tim putem. To su 3 stvari koje treba uraditi. Znaj svoj put, pokaži put i idi tim putem. I tako ćete ljudi pratiti, koračat će tvojim koracima, tvojim tragovima.
Creating the results that you set and wrote down. This year is going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing.
Ova godina će biti nevjerovatna. Biće
But you want to really do this
fenomenalna.
There is so much power in the fundamentals. Think big,
Ima toliko snage
and this
u
will be
osnovi,
your victorious year.
u ovim osnovnim postavkama.
Our goal for 2023 is
Naš cilj za 23. je
President!
president.
Is to reach over 10,000
President.
Is to reach 200,000 customers in the team.
200
With
kupaca
5,000
želim i novi život sa 200 partnera i 500 partnera.
My goal for the year 2023 with Cincino is to fail my way to the rank ambassador, like I failed
Želi da
my way
postane
to the
ambasador. Rije Kamreš.
Helping others succeed, our focus is Black Ambassador by Global.
Is to reach 200,000 customers.
Rija Kamreš želi 200.000 kupaca.
Elite president.
To help 500 new partners with over 10,000.
Razne su želje, ovo su jedni od najuspešnijih. Ovo je golf iz United Statesa, a ovo je najbolji enrollmer, najviše ljudi uključuje malo prije. Prezident želi da postane Velika. 10 partnera koji će postati dijamant.
For me personally, 6,000 customers in the team and helping 2 more people to get to director.
5.000 kupaca i 2 nova člana na poziciji direktora.
with 100%.
Is to be Zinzino president. Is to be
Želi da bude 100% bolji nego što je sad.
Black ambassador.
Želje su, kao što vidite, različite, ali su konkretne. Važno je da budu jasno opredeljene. Jan Struhar.
Is to become a top recruiter, and I'm also going to help at least 4 people to become top recruiter.
I will be an ambassador in Cincino.
Is to have more than 100 partners at the level diamond or higher.
Is to create more than 24
Jan Struhar želi 100 lidera na pozicijama dijamant i više. To je njegov cilj, a ako je to njegov cilj, onda bi to moglo da utiče i na naše ciljeve i planove, jer smo mi u njegovoj mreži i on čovjek koji nam nesebično pomaže i edukuje.
4 new diamonds for my team and triple our customer base.
Getting another 5,000 customers in balance.
Is 10 new diamonds in my team.
20,000 customers. By helping executive leaders in my team to become directors.
Različiti su ciljevi i u zavisnosti od pozicije na kojoj se trenutno nalaze partneri koji govore na snimku. Takvi su i partneri, malo pre smo videli i Ibn Ilsena, čini mi se, čovjeka koji je zaslužan da je Rija Kamreš krenula ovaj posao i da je, zahvaljujući uopšte došlo do toga da danas i mi budemo u ovom poslu. Sve počinje sa ciljem.
My goal for 2023 is to help 10 more people becoming a 6-figure income earner, traveling the world and
On
living
želi da pomogne 10 ljudi da zarađuju šestocifrenu zaradu
a
mesečno.
casino bar or whatever you prefer, and we are back in
Što
5
god da ste odlučili, želim vam uspeh, a vraćamo se za 5 minuta, 5 minuta pauze uz muziku Pojačaj se oko nas. Odlično, dobro je.
Can I
Don't stop, turn off the lights. Nauseous when I wake up. Don't quit, I fell for you. Don't break it in two. Long time before I knew us two would follow through. Hold out, don't give it up. Good thing can come to away. Cause you make me feel like this is for real. And I want you till dreams grow on the moon. If you're a falling star, I wanna fall with you. I want you till it falls out the sun. It's standing up for you. It's standing up for you. Ooh, ooh. Standing up. Standing up for you. Ooh. Standing up. Standing up for you.
Life was dull until you came. I was breathless when we first met. Couldn't keep my hands away. I was speechless when we first met. Yeah, you took the pain away. Didn't mind my scars, mend my broken heart. Life was dull until you came. Now I see in color again. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind, 'cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you. To you. Next to you. Next to you. Next to you. Right next to you. To you. Next to you. Next to you. Next to you.
Cause I'm shining by the sky. Falling on this journey. Leave your troubles far behind. It's a new day, yeah. Lights out, I know it's our time. You and me are free tonight. What would we become if we don't take our chance, yeah. Oh, tell me, son, time is on our side. I won't let no one put us down. Oh, tell me, son, time is on our side. We can make our dreams come true, yeah. Oh, tell me, son, time is on our side. I won't let no one put us down. Oh, tell me, son, time is on our side. We can make our dreams come true. Cups on shiny, I'm bound to go brighter than the brightest star.
Vraćamo se u prenos. Manje malo svetano još muziku. Sada očekujemo nastup doktora Colina Robertsona i na kraju zvezdice Orjana Saele. Počnemo za minut i 40 sekundi. gledamo neke snimke sa godišnjeg događaja u Stokholmu. Na tome je bilo 25-26 ljudi iz našeg tima.
The show will start in 1 minute.
Počinjemo za 1 minut.
The show is about to start in...
What do you want?
Šta ti želiš? Zašto si ovde?
What are you truly hungry to achieve?
Za čim si zaista gladan da
Everything
postigneš?
rises and falls on leadership. But what does it mean to lead? A leader knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way.
Vođenje. Lider zna put, pokazuje put, ide tim putem, postavlja viziju, prati viziju i razvija se kontinualno.
Set before them. Continue to challenge the status quo, outgrow their comfort zone,
Izaziva status quo, izlazi iz zone komfora, a njegovi partneri ga prate.
run with the vision. Take the lead.
Preuzmi vodstvo i vodi sa vizijom. Malo pojačaj govor, Svetlana.
2023 Zinzino milestones. Mark your calendars now.
Ciljevi 2023. Napravite, obeležite svoje ciljeve i napravite da bude najbolja.
Your highlights to look forward to when you unlock your real potential and lead your business to the next level.
Oslobodite svoje potencijale i
Through the 23rd,
idite do
2023.
sledećeg nivoa.
5-star exclusive director trip to
Direktorski
Mexico.
put od 17. do 23. aprila.
Work hard and keep your eye on the goal. Then the trip of a lifetime with endless activities, new friendships, and invaluable
Putovanje
training.
života, vrlo značajni treninzi
Playa del Carmen in Mexico in
učenje u Playa del Carmen u Meksiku 23. godine,
and qualify as many as you can from your team.
a možete da se kvalifikujete za putovanje u 24. godini. Između aprila izgradite svoj
There will be
market.
national events organized by our top leaders in each country. Make sure to focus your attention
Biće
on
mnogo
local field where you fellowship,
zvaničnih
recognize,
prezentacija i edukacija organizovana u raznim zemljama. Koristite to. Znači to podići vaš posao na drugi nivo. Od juna 1. idemo internacionalno.
all the tools and inspiration you need to create a massive momentum throughout the summer, all the way to the annual international event in October. Stay tuned for more information.
Ambasadorsko putovanje
September 14th through the 17th,
Borgo San Luigi u
our
Toskani.
amazing ambassador trip to Italy. By qualifying for this trip, you'll be joining us on our
Kvalifikacijom za ovaj
yearly
put
ambassador trip. This time,
pridružite se
Orjan,
liderima,
Borgo San Luigi,
ambasadorima i
Tuscany,
više.
Italy. As always, we will combine our luxurious stay with
I
invaluable
naravno,
training
kao i uvek, bit ćemo u luksuznom
moments
smeštaju
and lots of memorable activities.
i bit će mnogo aktivnosti.
October 14th through the 15th,
Oktobar 14. do 15.
the Zinzino
23. bit će godišnji internacionalni
A lot of us
događaj.
spend the entire year counting down to the biggest Zinzino happening
Mi
of the
se
year.
spremamo da provedemo godišnji događaj zajedno.
Possible. Clear your calendars and
Otvorite kalendare, obeležite datume, obeležite ovaj datum.
be bigger, better, and more spectacular than ever. In a
I
beach
ova
arena
će
in
godina
Stockholm,
biti spektakularnija, bolja i veća nego sve do sada.
live and online.
Bićemo uživo i online.
Welcome back, my friends. I hope you've
Dobrodošli nazad,
great
prijatelji.
inspiration and you're
Mihael
ready to rock
Štutler nam
this
se
year
obraća kao
together with
voditelj.
us in Zenzino. Remember, one big
Zapamtite,
part of your success in Zenzino is to make sure you plan from event to event. So make sure.
najvažnije je da u Zinzinu planirate od događaja do događaja.
And when I started in this profession 2 years ago, I didn't
Kada
understand.
sam pre 2 godine počeo ovaj posao, nisam mnogo znao o tome.
And that completely changed the way of thinking.
I potpuno sam za 2 godine promenio način razmišljanja
My life. At these
i
events,
način života.
at these events, you get the nuggets.
I ovi događaji stvaraju grumenje zlata, prave bisere među vašim partnerima.
I know, and if I listen to him, I fall in love with our products again and again.
A kada sam
Please
slušao
welcome
ovog čoveka, zaljubio sam se u naše proizvode. I zato pozdravimo doktora Colina Robertsona.
In test-based nutrition. And that's a
Mi
big
smo
claim.
lideri u
It's
test-based
one that I
nutritionu.
believe that we can actually provide evidence for. And in fact, we're
Možemo li da
obliged to.
pokažemo dokaze za to?
Physicist Carl Sagan said, anybody who makes an exceptional claim needs to be able to provide exceptional evidence.
Svako ko daje tako važne izjave mora da da i dokaze za to. Nama je to veoma lako.
The world's largest database when it
Mi
comes to
imamo najveću bazu podataka, zahvaljujući našim testovima.
and objectively analyze
Imamo
all those
nezavisnu, objektivnu analizu iz celog sveta
back to
uzoraka.
that in a moment, because that's our in-house evidence. That's something that we're in
To su
possession of.
naši lični dokazi, naše vlasništvo, mi to posedujemo.
Look at what influences the choices we make. What
I
influences the
možemo da vidimo kakvi su rezultati onog našeg izbora.
we look at the evidence base, we look at the research, we look at the clinical, we
Mi
look at
istražujemo, gledamo klinička istraživanja, gledamo te rezultate i promene,
to inform our decision making. But there's more to it than that as
koristimo
well. And in
ih,
fact,
koristimo ih da donosimo nove odluke.
real world issues. And that can sound quite dramatic. And in fact, this term of providing solutions has become something of a cliche within the nutrition industry. And so I want to really steer away from that idea.
U industriji suplemenata postoji već kliše u proizvodnji, u kreiranju,
in order for us to be
jer se ne radi na osnovu dokaza, na osnovu iskustva.
position ourselves at the very front. And if you're going to do that, if you're
Moramo
going to be
da se pozicioniramo naspram takvog načina razmišljanja i kreiranja proizvoda. Moramo da raščistimo sebi put,
part of our trajectory to date is
jer to je glavni pravac razvoja i kretanja našeg razvoja.
when we consider something like omega-3, and we know
Kada razgovaramo o omega-3,
the world's only proven effective omega-3 supplement.
znamo da imamo jedini dokazivu formulu omega-3 na svetu.
Within those clinical spaces that are looking at the role it plays with managing our health, with reducing our risk of
Kada pogledamo rezultate koje ljudi postižu i kliničke dokaze, to je ogromno šta postižemo.
aspects that reach a consensus, where there is an agreement. And most
Možemo se složiti
preventative component, the reduction of risk. And then there's a second
da našim proizvodom smanjujemo značajno rizik
with a poor health
zdravlja
how correcting that status, that
i
fundamental
kako kreiramo promenu, kako popravljamo stanje organizma
in recovery, in restoration, in
i kako se dešava rehabilitacija i korekcija stanja organizma.
powerful. It really resonates with people at a deep level because
To je
most of
sve veoma snažno, to rezonira sa iskustvima ljudi.
certainly have people around us who've dealt with some type of
Ljudi oko nas
I like to think that
nam
most
to
people
govore.
recognize what's going on in the world, understand the risk, and actually want to prevent that from happening. In order
Mnogi
to do
ljudi
that,
shvataju povećane rizike danas zdravstvene i žele to da spreče.
see where you're at. Where are you beginning from? And there is a whole industry at large, which actually occupies a lot of space online, that is offering all manner of
Ogromna je industrija koja, naročito online, nudi različite proizvode i različite nutricije, suplemente. Neki su dobri, ali neki su katastrofa i samo služe da nam uzmu novac.
A cheap test is never good. You have to forge your way through the middle. You have to have reliable, valid.
Zato je potrebno da imate oslonac u testu i da naši kupci to imaju, da mogu da nađu pravi put kada odlučuju o tome šta će da koriste. I nas to čini u toj oblasti liderima. Svi naši rezultati potvrđuju šta je najbolji način za testiranje i koliko najviše efekata možemo da postignemo. Ovo je laboratorija Vitas u Norveškoj, u kojoj se nezavisno i anonimno rade uzorci i testovi naših uzoraka.
So to lead the way is to have standards. It's to have a marker in place that says that we're not.
Važno je da imamo standard, da postavljamo standarde u industriji.
You understand the science, and that understanding leads to standards. So we make sure
Moramo da to postavimo na naučnoj osnovi, te standarde koji će onda postati standardi u našem poslovanju.
Enabling you to have a greater insight towards yourself.
Moramo da imamo dobro unutrašnje poznavanje naših proizvoda, da bismo mogli da izađemo u javnost. Najbolje je kada dilujemo i preporučujemo nekome ko nema problem, zdravstvenih problema. Ali kada delujemo i nudimo nekome ko ima slabo zdravlje, tada preuzimamo i deo odgovornosti. Vratimo se omega-3 testu. Možemo tačno da izmerimo šta se nalazi u rezultatu, u uzorku.
All that test information coming through. We can tell you, we can tell everybody in the world.
Možemo i vama i svima na svetu da kažemo tačno šta se nalazi u vašem organizmu, kako je stanje.
Organization itself reported an estimated 6.3 billion people on the planet living within.
Zamislite da je 6,3 milijarde ljudi na svetu potrebno testirati da ne znaju svoje stanje. Mi ukazujemo na problem, ali dajemo i rešenje i ne ponašamo se po kliševu. Mi idemo ka ljudima koji žele da učine nešto drugačije, da naprave kvalitetnu promenu. Ljudima koji imaju svoje očekivanja i očekuju rezultat, to im pružamo. Prvo pravilo nauke je da budete objektivni, da eliminišemo subjektivnost. Ovo su naši članovi naučnog tima.
Who are contributing towards the peer-reviewed research on an annual basis, who have the highest possible standards in their academic output.
Da imamo najviše moguće standarde u akademskom svetu, da dajemo godišnje izveštaje i rezultate.
Sense check the decisions we intend to make, the actions we plan to take when it comes to development.
Na taj način je važno da utičemo na akcije koje planiramo da preduzmemo.
Critically analyze our decision making.
Mi kritički analiziramo sve odluke.
And is it in line with that research base?
Zašto nešto radimo? Da li je to ispravno? Da li to možemo da verifikujemo? Da li možemo da stanemo iza toga?
Standards drive the cause.
Ispunjavamo standarde koji opravdavaju razloge zašto nešto radimo.
So that you can see what's really going on and then take action to correct or maintain.
Možete da preko našeg testa vidite šta se događa, a onda da preduzmete akciju da to ispravite. Analiza šećera takođe podrazumeva standarde.
Are dealing with such volume of numbers on these types of tests that
Ali
actually
činjenica da
that's not
postoji dosta takvih testova, ali ne postoji
there is
standardizacija.
an array of standards. And what we wanted to provide the world with as leaders in this space was one reliable, really well-controlled test method that could give people
Zato želimo da uspostavimo jedan kontrolisani, objektivan, standardan test koji će dati ljudima rezultat.
provided information and guidance in order for
Će
people to
omogućiti
change and modify their
informacije
behavior, their lifestyle,
i
the
dati
choices they
im
make about what they
modifikacije
do,
i predloge koje treba da preduzmu da bi stanje promenili.
highest possible standard. We eliminate on the process of those standards. We make choices based on what fits with what we intend to do and what we believe
Mi biramo
needs most.
standarde u skladu sa onim što želimo da
Simply
postignemo.
give people a ton of information back, most of which they don't understand. When we develop a test idea, when we want to measure something, it has to fit that
Kada smo
profile
rešili nešto da izmerimo, kada smo formirali ideju o testu,
to your health, to your well-being, once you're
to
empowered.
je unapred bilo namenjeno vama,
How much can
vašem
you
zdravlju.
rely on that evidence that we've given you?
I bilo je važno da vi
What
možete
we'll
da
never
se
do
oslonite na
is
taj
just give
test
you page
i na
after
objektivnost.
page of information on various
I
markers.
puno stranica informacija ćete dobiti
Tell you how much of one thing there is versus another. Because all of that is
u
meaningless
analizi.
unless there is context. Unless we can embed that in some way that enhances
Sve je
your
besmisleno ako nemamo
that alone.
sadržaj koji
Promise you.
dajemo.
Please test this. Compare us to anybody else. That one feature alone sets us apart and positions us right at
I
the
ovi
very
testovi mogu da se
give back
takmiče sa bilo kojim, mogu da se slobodno uporede.
help you to understand that. We contextualize it, what it means for you. And always, most important,
Dajemo izveštaj šta je važno za vas, pojedinačno,
because that's the value
personalno.
of any test, is that you can live
To je
better
vrednost
by doing
svakog
better.
testa da može da vam pokaže kako možete da živite bolje i zdravije.
Probably the biggest difference between being a leader in a field
Najverovatnije najveća razlika
and just trying to do
između
something well and
lidera i nekog ko se
where they
tu
can.
zakači i pokuša nešto da ostvari
Position we have right at the front is that it's
je
explorative.
to što smo mi ispred.
Trying to find what's new, what's better,
Mi
and
smo
what's better.
konstantno informisani o tome šta je novo u toj
As to
oblasti
how people think and feel, but what's going to matter in the future? What are the
i šta
best
će biti
tests
važno u
How can we
budućnosti, šta je
refine
ono
it?
što
How
će
can we make
biti
it
najbolje.
so that each and every
Ako
single person
možemo da
all over the world
postignemo najbolji test,
the
da
same
svaka
experience,
osoba na
same
svetu može da
sense
ima
of scientific
jednako
feedback
iskustvo
and engagement as if they were to actually
i
visit
pristup
the
nauci
laboratory themselves.
i
Because the key part
laboratorijskom
is to make sure
istraživanju.
data collection is clean, is that we can standardize that, we can empower
Jer
you with a method, with a
najvažnije je da
piece of
možemo da uspostavimo
take type of
standard
test.
u
Typically, for
testovima,
us,
u
so far,
tipovima i
without giving
rezultatima.
anything away, from a blood sample, a simple pinprick blood sample. And you send that off to the Vitas labs in Norway, who analyze that in their vast array of quite advanced technological kit. And we get that information back. And then our in-house team works on making a clear understanding of that and providing that context. So when we look forward, we're not just looking at what we can do, we're looking at what we can do next. What technique can we refine from the laboratory and empower you to be able to do that at home? And that's a big part of the difference for us. And when we look around at other people who are trying to function within this space, we see that we're clearly right at the very front of this, because our drive is always to make science simple. Never to lose any of the effectiveness of the science, never to compromise the standards of science, but to make it simple, make it reach people on their terms in their homes, so that the test they make at home, perhaps in their kitchen, by the time it reaches us, is still a good quality sample. An
Kaže
excellent
da
sample
učite
that's
ljude
good
da
enough to be
sami
analyzed
naprave
to
test
those
i to u
higher
svojoj
standards
kući
so that we can give you
i
that
to će
information back.
svakako biti
That
odličan
alone consumes so much
primerak.
of our time, our resources, our intelligence, how we have to apply ourselves to innovating new ways of doing things. Because simply put, until we do them, until we figure them out, until we develop them, until we bring them to the forefront, they typically don't exist. And that's how you know you are leading when it comes to test-based nutrition. And then really we
Kad
get to the
naučite
more
sve te ljude
simple
kako
aspect,
oni sami to
and
da
that's
rade,
understanding nutrition.
kada pratimo
Now,
rezultate,
in the
to je u
21st
stvari
century,
pravi način
there
da
is a
pratite
heap
ljude
of
i njihovo
misinformation
i
available to people.
iskrenu
And the
baziranu na
problem with
testu.
that is people gain a lot of confidence about something that's actually inaccurate. And we spend a lot of our time demystifying this.
Ljudi obično imaju puno samopouzdanja u nešto
Clear
što je
understanding what good
egzaktno,
nutrition
što je
is, and also encourage
precizno.
people to get real about their nutrition.
Mi se trudimo da ohrabrimo ljude
Romantic idea that somehow we could go back 100 years, that we could
i
rewind the clock.
stvaramo jednu romantičnu ideju da možemo da se vratimo 100 godina unazad u načinu ishrane,
Whole foods, that processed food and
da
ultra
jedemo zdravu hranu,
nutritionally low,
da izbegnemo procesuiranu hranu koja nema nutrijente,
fast food
nema
on a
dovoljno.
We can romanticize about this.
Možemo da romantiziramo o tome,
A registered nutritionist, I tried to
ali
bang that
kao registrovani nutricionista ja mogu da vam kažem
make whole stock changes to their diet, their behavior, so that it was whole food orientated.
da moraju mnoge stvari da se promene da bi došlo do takve promene u ishrani.
Approximately 2 billion people living on planet Earth. Now, as I speak to you today, there are 8
500 godina je možda živelo 2 milijarde ljudi na planeti. Danas kada pričamo ih je skoro 7 milijardi.
the same way as a species. If we
I
go
mi
all
kao
the way back
vrsta,
6 million years, but as a modern Homo sapien, 160,000
vratimo u fazu Homo
we've
sapiensa
evolved a
pre
certain
6
way,
miliona
and the
godina.
essential nutrients remain essential. So we have to get real with
Esencijalni
ourselves. We have to look at
nutrijenti
how
su
we
i
function,
tada
how
bili
we
esencijalni, kao i
how we
sada.
think about food, the
Moramo
terms
da
we have
promenimo način
we have to
razmišljanja o
get
našoj
real
hrani.
about how we can get real nutrition.
Kako
Real
možemo da dođemo do pravih nutricija, minerala na
and not
dnevnom
trick
nivou.
ourselves with this best intention of doing that through a whole food diet. We will always encourage people to eat as best as they possibly can.
Uvek ohrabrujemo ljude da jedu najbolje što mogu.
Economical barriers. There are actually nutritional barriers because it's difficult to quantify the nutritional value of food in the modern world. But we
Vrlo je
would still
teško
encourage everybody to
kvalifikovati
consider their
količinu
whole food
nutrijenata u
how
modernoj
much
hrani
more of those leafy greens and those fresh fish they can get into their
i
diet.
koliko, važno je koliko unosimo
When we provide you
vlakana, koliko unosimo zelenih biljaka.
that dietary intake, it does so positively, and it does so again to the best possible standard. We make no compromise when it comes
I
to
nema
our food. We
kompromisa
make no
kada dolazi
compromises,
do
and we
toga.
don't apologize when it comes to the sourcing of the ingredients. We want top grade across the entire.
Tražimo samo vrhunsko kada pravimo naše proizvode, vrhunske prirodne izvore, nema kompromisa u tome.
Blood sugar response. We want something that
Evo na primjeru lean shake-a našeg.
isn't just packed with fake nutrients, but
Mi
actually
ne pakujemo to sa lažnim nutrijentima i veštačkim nutrijentima. Pogledajte balans ulje.
the single strongest supplemental product in the world.
To je sigurno jedan od najsnažnijih suplemenata na planeti.
The source and the blend of those omega-3s. The
I
fact that it has vitamin D
izvor omega-3
every single day is going to change and
i
maintain.
ako svakog dana ovakvu malu količinu samo popijemo, učinili smo mnogo.
It's this type of process. It's this type of thinking that
To je
enables us to say we are leaders in this field.
koji lideri treba da sprovode
What people are doing,
među ljudima, da oni počnu to da usvajaju i prihvataju.
we stay focused on where it is we intend to
Ostanemo
be.
fokusirani gde smo sada, a gde želimo da budemo.
We stay
i šta
focused
želimo da
on the
promenimo.
evidence, the research, and how doing
Ostajemo
that well
fokusirani na
change
istraživanja,
everybody's health
na
for
naše
the better. All
rezultate
we
i šta
do
želimo da
is
postignemo.
empower them with convenience. Simple things done daily.
Kako jedna taka jednostavna stvar, tako mala količina dnevno može sve da promeni u životu.
Right from the start, the
Od
minute
samog
you
početka,
balance oil, the minute you start to engage and start to use the health protocol, you're making a
mnogi
positive
od vas
to your
su
health
počeli sa uljem i sa health protokolom.
best possible standards. And where we
I
are
to
right
su
now,
najbolji mogući standardi
because we know
za
where we want to
početak.
be, we know how far
A
off that
to
is.
gde smo danas je mnogo dalje od toga, a gde želimo da budemo, to
Now we've
znamo
got a
i
little
tamo
info video all
idemo
about health
zajedno.
protocol, which is going to cover
Sada
our
imamo jedan info
product,
video o
right from
health
the balance oil,
protokolu, o
the
našim
probiotic,
vodećim
food to
proizvodima.
extend, and how this is the best way to consider the
I
antidote
zašto je
to the
to
modern dietary
najbolji
life.
način za
Once or twice, take
ishranu
notes,
i dodatak
times
ishrani.
if need be, but everything you need to know, easily, quickly summed up.
I sve što treba da znate od health protokolu, pogledajte sada u ovom novom videu.
53% of the global adult population take food supplements to bridge it.
53% populacije uzima suplemente, 97% nije u balansu.
Of supplements are shots in the dark. Our bodies are all different. Still, most
Sva naša
over-the-counter
tela
products
su
have no
različita.
research instructions or guidelines. Better health is not a
I
one-size-fits-all.
nemamo pravo uputstvo kako treba da se hranimo.
Is the answer.
Odgovor je test.
Supplements are doing their job.
Zaslužujete jedan personalizovani rezultat i jedan test svog stanja. I za vas je Zvezdice Health Protocol,
Perfectly complementing one another to fill in the nutritional gaps in 3
koji će prvo u 3 koraka da učini za vaše zdravlje mnogo. Prvo će da balansira vaše zdravlje i vaše stanje
polyphenol omega food
uz prirodne polifenole i omegu dodatak ishrani.
restore your gut health.
Drugi korak je
Enobiotic
da
plus
se obnovi
fibers,
vaša ishrana kroz korišćenje vlakana.
support your immune system.
Korak 3 je da uz ekstent podržimo imunni sistem
Minerals and phytonutrients.
u multiimunitet kroz suplement sa vitaminima i mineralima.
Personalized nutrition. We give you the
Smo
directions
pioniri test bait i mi smo tu da usmerimo vaš život ka zdravlju. Zinzino inspiriše promenu u životu. Čestitke svim našim novim pozicijama. Imamo 56 dijamanata, 33 direktora, kraune, imenom i prezimenom, Royal Crown takođe, imenom i prezimenom. Zatim Black Crown, iz Poljske, Austrije, Južne Afrike. Zatim novi ambasadori Andrej i Sven Gebel iz Švajcarske, poznati su vam kao vlasnici kozmetike Heinz and Heidi. Zatim Shane and Dave Ives iz Engleske. Neki od vas su imali priliku da se upoznaju s njim i da se slikaju u Stockholmu. Zatim iz Poljske, iz Biznije. Sada stižemo do Black ambasadora iz Slovačke Vili Čitl, govorio je u Stokholmu, zatim Marko Pašanante iz Engleske, Vibeke Steinvik-Par iz Norveške, jedna od prvih koja je krenula u Nemačku i danas je Nemačka pod njenim nogama kada su u pitanju kupci. Čestitamo svima. I na kraju dvostruka zvezda, global prezidenti Orjan i Hilde Saele. Evo ih u Stokholmu na bini. Oni su iz Norveške. Kompaniju razvijaju iz Švedske, imaju svoju farmaceutsku kompaniju za proizvodnju u Norveškoj, Islandu i na još nekim mestima. 5 distributivnih centara u celom svetu i online distribuciju, online shop i distribuciju na kućnu adresu u roku od nekoliko dana. Ponovo je sa nama voditelj programa.
A lot of you guys feel stressed now or impatient because you think
mnogi od vas su sada u
should have been yesterday. Now, listen to this.
stresu ili
I
strpljenju.
started in Zeno 2 years ago. Before that, I was working as a teacher for 1,800
Ja sam bio
euros a
isto
month.
takav pre 2
And I
godine.
realized I'm not
Radio sam pre toga kao učitelj
I'm
za
not close
800
to living my
evra.
dream life. And I
Nisam bio ni blizu ostvarenja svojih snova. Bio sam gladan da ih ostvarim i krenuo sam.
I was
Posle
silver
6 meseci pune akcije
in the system. I
bio
doubted
sam
myself.
samo silver jer nisam znao sistem. Bio sam depresiji, pitao sam se da li sam dobro
Told me I should go
postupio.
back to school. I will never
Da li
get
se vratim u školu i da nastavim da učim decu,
But I made the decision.
ali sam odlučio,
Not this time I
ne
will
ovog
give up
puta,
all my dreams
ne ovog
again
puta neću
and again,
odustati
and I give it a
i
second try.
odustati od svojih snova. Dao
worked
sam
the
sebi
system.
drugu šansu.
6 months later, I was
Razumeo
crowned,
sam
and
sistem,
again, 10 months later, I'm a
postao
black
sam
crown in Zenzino,
Crown i 10
traveling
meseci
places I've
kasnije
never
postao
been,
sam
living
Black
a dream
Crown,
life.
živim
So,
svoj život iz snova,
breakthrough is just about to come. Just
jer i vaš proboj
system
i iskorak je tu negde iza ćoška, samo morate biti strpljivi.
great education. Here's a summary
Potrebno je
of
mnogo
some
edukacije,
great
mnogo
take-homes
učenja.
throughout last year. So sharpen your pen.
Zato
Implementation.
naoštrite
Those
olovke,
can make the difference
spremite se da
between
čujete ove
failure
biserne
and
izjave
success
koje će
in
vas
2023.
unaprediti u 23. godine. Dave Ives,
And as I
Engleska.
go on this journey with you, I want you to understand that you already, first of all, from me to you, you are already great. You already have
Želim da
what
znate da kada ste krenuli u ovaj posao, vi ste već veliki, vi ste već postigli razliku u odnosu na druge.
we stand in the corridors like we do, we eavesdrop on conversations that we hear to see your future self.
I mi sad stojimo u koridoru, na putu, gde gledamo vašu budućnost.
That is you.
Vaš,
That's you.
ono što možete da postanete, to ste vi.
Between
Iako to niste sada.
today
Razlika između toga gde smo danas
to be is one
i
word.
gde želimo biti je
Develop.
samo
So
razvoj.
when I had that revelation, I
Kada
don't
sam
have
imao to otkriće
but
i
where is
tu
it
odluku,
or where do I see myself? How do I look? So I started
nisam
writing
nikog
the script
pitao kako ću ja sebe videti,
of how I look,
kako ja
how I
vidim
live,
sebe,
what I
kako
do.
ću živeti, šta ću raditi.
That revelation is the revelation we
to,
all must
to
experience.
otkriće, osvešćenje, moglo bi se reći.
The days we don't want to do nothing are the days we do nothing.
I da danima kada ne želimo ništa da radimo, ne radimo ništa.
Where you want to go. So
Ali
when I
kada
realized
znamo
I have
gde
to be a
ćemo,
steward of, it's not what's in it for me, and we've heard that this weekend, it's what's in it for them.
i onda sam shvatio da nije važno šta ja vidim za sebe, već šta ja vidim za druge, da je moj zadatak da budem sluga drugima.
My goal is to impact.
Moj cilj je da utičem, da
You unscrew your lid of your potential. You start
nemojte zajebati svoj potencijal, bukvalno prevodim. Shvatite da zaista želite da se promenite.
And help them change theirs.
Morate prvo, ako to želite, da pomognete onima koji vas prate, da se oni promene. To je način da se vi promenite, da vi napredujete.
That is inside of you already.
Sometimes in
Liebe par.
it needs to be painful enough.
Ponekad je u životu bolno doživeti neke stvari. Ja sam napustila svoj posao.
So I went from 7,000 customers and the year
I za 3 godine sam došla sa 7.000
it was 40,000.
korisnika na 40.000 korisnika. To je gospođa koja je otišla iz Norveške u Nemačku da tamo razvija mrežu. To je trenutno najjače tržište u Zinzinu. Nikada ne podcenjujte svoj životni gen koji imate.
All the life experience you have
Sva životna iskustva koje imate
make something good for you. You can take
mogu da vam učine nešto dobro.
something that leads you in the direction
Mogu da vas povedu u pravcu
design your own life and take responsibility. There are
tamo
so
gde
many
ste
stories
usmerili
out
svoj
there, so
život
many
i gde ste
moments
preuzeli odgovornost da budete.
And then I hear my partners complaining.
I onda čujem moje partnere kako se žale.
I can't explain the blood test.
Ne mogu da objasnim
They don't want me to
krvni
put the
test.
finger.
Ne žele da mi pruže prst. Ja treba da im uzmem krv.
Education. I don't know how to take my partner to the pipeline.
Ne znam kako da svog partnera izvedem na pravi put.
Any money coming in. My children complain I'm never at home.
Deca mi se žale da nisam kod kuće
Oh, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. I just tell
i
you,
samo
choose your
čujete ne
pain.
mogu, ne
Choose
mogu,
your
ne
pain.
znam, ne mogu. I izazivaju bol u vama.
Isn't it more painful? Just think about what is your pain
Razmislite
today. What is
šta je
the
vaš dnevni bol.
just think, I can't take this another day.
Da li da joj, ne mogu da podnesem ovo više, jedva čekam da se završi ovaj dan, ili da prihvatite izazov.
The difference that I
Razlika.
feel now. I was so scared of getting on flights. I thought I was dying every time I was going on the stage. I'm still alive.
Ja sam bila jako uplašena sa javnim nastupima, ja sam mislila da ću umreti svaki put kada sam se pela na binu. Ali sam znala da moram da preuzmem odgovornost. Ili da uspem ili da patim. Izašla sam iz svoje komfortne zone, počela sam da govorim pred ljudima. Nisam znala nemački dobro. Bilo je zastrašujuće i bolno. Koliko sam morala da narastem i da se promenim kao osoba.
Thinking of Cincino, thinking of your business. You dream
Razmišljate
about your business. You
o
wake up in the
poslu.
morning thinking about your
Budite
business.
se ujutru razmišljajući o svom
That's why you
poslu.
go full time, because it's in your head
To
all
je
time.
ono puno radno vreme. To ne znači da radite puno radno vreme, već da vam je u mozgu, u glavi, ceo dan. I čim se probudite ujutru da vam je to prva misao.
Every take every single day
Svaki korak koji napravite
reaching your goal
svakog dana učinit će vas bližim vašem cilju.
and get better in things you are not good at.
I
No
bit ćete
matter what
bolji
kind
u onome u
of
čemu sada niste.
struggle you have in your life, I want to say one thing. The same
Želim
win
da vam kažem jednu stvar.
on us all.
Ista je pobjeda za sve nas.
Take responsibility for what's happening to you.
Preuzmite odgovornost za ono što vam se dešava, preuzmite vodstvo
To get what you want, because you can create magic
i
in life.
budite odlučni da uzmete ono što želite.
Because you are not what has happened to you in life. You are how you want to handle it.
Jer nije važno šta vam se dešava u životu, već kako ćete to da hendlujete, kako ćete sa tim da se nosite. Sada slušamo čoveka koji je bio u Beogradu na seminaru i govorio nam je u septembru mesecu.
Sharpen your axe for at least 5. How to do that? The only one way I know is to bring more value to your customer, your possible customer, your possible
Kako dobiti kupca, kako izoštriti svoj nastup, jedino način je da date veću vrednost.
for your customer or partner. Is it our balance
Kako da
concept? Is it
pomognete
our leverage,
svom kupcu ili
sales,
partneru,
full health protocol?
kako da plasirate test, kako da plasirate health protokol.
The most important thing
Najvažnije
for any person is
za svaku osobu
not your product, not your services.
nije
10,000 more interested in what's in him, what's happening inside, what kind of his hobbies, what kind of happening with his family. And if you will dig
nije važan vaš proizvod, već ono šta se dešava sa njegovom porodicom, šta može sa njom da postigne.
to open
Budite zato spremni
his ears
da otvorite
information. And my favorite,
njegove
which was
uši za tu informaciju
what are
koju
your
mu nosi.
hobbies? I was sitting in a meeting with a programmer, 35 years programmer, and he's telling me when I asked what is your hobbies, I'm playing tanks. Tanks? Tell me more, so interesting tanks you are playing on a computer. How
Jednog programeru je govorio, koji je 30 godina programer, pitao ga je šta je njegov hobi, on je rekao igram se tenkovima. Ja sam se učinio da me to jako zanima i pitao sam ja, reci mi malo više o tome. Baš sjajno, ma reci mi sve o tome.
hours of tanks during the day and at the same time watching how other play tanks. And he was speaking
Baš
for the next
zanima kako izgleda to da 12 sati se igraš tenkovima, da tvoja porodica to gleda. I on mi je onda pričao 45 minuta o tome.
You are such a great listener.
Rekao sam kao pravi dobar
First time
slušalac.
in my life I feel that someone is really interested in what I do. His time
Rekao mu je, prvi put sam u životu dobio nekog ko želi da sluša ono čime se ja bavim i šta je meni važno.
Then he asked me, so, but what we are here for? Can you please tell me? And I said to him,
A onda me pitao šta želim ja njemu da kažem, zašto sam došao.
the energy level for
A ja sam mu rekao, želim da ti podignem energiju ovim proizvodima, da možeš da pobediš bilo kog konkurenta u toj tvojoj igri s tenkovima.
drinks or coffees and be more healthy. And the most
A bit ćeš mnogo jači, mnogo zdraviji
in your games and
i mnogo pametniji i bolje ćeš pucati u svojoj igrici.
know how we achieve this?
Da li znate kako smo to postigli na kraju?
Tells,
A on je rekao, da, želeo bi da čujem kako to mogu da postignem. Pitao sam ga da li želiš da čuješ kako to možeš da postigneš, rekao je da želim.
Or maybe even save the world.
Ovim testom možemo da pomognemo svetu, a možda čak i da spasimo svet.
Out of 5.
Jednog od 3, jednog od 5, svako je važan.
Wait a second, Cash. Are you telling us that now you stop selling ultimate partner kits and you guys stop selling health protocols? Well, there are moments when we do sell those, but there are moments when we stop that and we just sell a test.
I to ne znači da prestanemo da prodajemo pakete i ultimate pakete, nego postoji trenutak kada prodajemo samo test.
How many have that experience? Yes, because you
Imao
know
sam
more and more.
iskustva sa tročasovnim sastancima i razgovorima.
It's just a one-time purchase.
Test se kupuje jednom. Ne košta bogatstvo.
Much easier to sell a test.
Lakše je prodati test.
Just let's do the test. Let's prick the finger.
Najlakše je kada kažete uradimo test. Pruži mi prst.
Go back when you meet the second time to see the report. Here's
A onda kada stigne rezultat i vidite se ponovo drugi put, tada imate priliku da mu ispričate o tome kako da popravi rezultat. Znači, njegova ideja i nastup je da treba prodavati na prvom sastanku samo test, dobiti čoveka da vidi svoj rezultat, a onda plasirati proizvod. A onda možemo i da mu pričamo zašto ne bi postao i partner.
Sell a test.
Prodajte test
Change the world.
i promenite svet.
What I have discovered in the last decades, the most important
Rija
thing
Kamraš,
is to have good number of people in our
ono što
organization.
sam otkrila u poslednjoj dekadi,
We are dealing with people on a daily basis.
moram
So just
biti
tell always the truth.
poštena, ja radim sa ljudima svakoga dana i moram im govoriti istinu.
They would like to spend some time with you. They would want to
Ljudi
be
žele da provedu vreme sa
I
vama.
really encourage not to tell anybody like, I just joined yesterday the business and I am making €1 million a day. Because
Naravno, ne govorim vam da kažete juče sam počeo da radim zinzino i već zarađujem mnogo i milione.
that you get
Govorite
cured
istinu.
with XYZ sickness in 24 hours. Because people will feel that you are not telling the truth and you are not
Ljudi će
yourself.
osetiti ako ne govorite istinu, ako preveličavate stvari.
Never fake anything, just be yourself. If you
I
agree
nikada ništa ne govorite što se ne uklapa u ono što vi jeste. Budite svoji.
number one priority, that's going to give us the freedom what we all dream about.
To nam daje slobodu da se ponašamo kako jesmo.
And you better love doing it. And you better love
I više ćete voleti to što radite i volećete ljude.
if you don't accept that as a fact. And in the years, I had to
Ako to ne
realize
prihvatite, kao da morate da nešto glumite i
I don't
afektirate.
think my English ever going to be perfect. I don't think I
Moj
will ever
engleski nikada nije bio
and I don't think
savršen.
I'm ever going to speak
Ona je inače iz Mađarske.
language of recruiting. But you know what? I figured out that people don't care how much I know until
I ja imam 30 različitih jezika u svom timu i shvatila sam
for everybody than knowing every single piece of information.
da njima nije mnogo važno koliko ja dobro govorim jezik njihov, već ono šta im govorim, šta im pružam kao informaciju.
But people need love more than ever.
Ljudima treba ljubav više nego ikad.
More than ever. People want
Ljudi cene to više nego ikad.
supportive team than more than
Njima je potreban tim podrške više nego išta.
we are not only building a business, but we are building teams, we are building communities, and we are
Mi gradimo tim, mi gradimo zajednicu koja se podržava.
come to a team where they feel
Ljudi žele da pristupe vašem timu.
personal approach how to recruit people. It's
Moj
about
lični pristup regrutaciji ljudi.
showing them your appreciation, being them for them,
Pokazujem im prvo uvažavanje i pažnju.
love. And when
Budem za njih tu kad im treba.
they will decide to join us because they want to belong to us. They want to be part of this business. And of course, we expect that they have to work, they have to learn the basics. But without that kind of an emotional touch,
Ali i pored toga što su oni svesni da moraju da uče kada krenu u nešto i da je tu mnogo teškoća, ništa od toga nije moguće bez emocija, bez povezivanja.
They will appreciate more and more those partners, friends, or even strangers. And that circle is going to just grow and positive energy will be here.
I deleći sa njima pozitivnu energiju, sve više će vas ceniti i stvorit će se klima za uspeh. Verujem u kulturu koju Zinzino gaji. Iako ne znaš jezik kojim pričaš, nije važno, ne brini. Iznesi svoju strast, svoju ljubav pokaži.
Here in those coming days. If you talk to people and if you share hundreds of people personally and in the depths, you will be surprised how many people want to be part of your organization.
I ako izađete i razgovarate sa 100 ljudi, iznenadit ćete se koliko njih će želiti da se priključe vama. Desetine miliona koje ćemo imati u budućnosti će samo učiniti da i oni regrutuju sve više ljudi u vaš tim. Menjajmo desetinama hiljada ljudi život. Dajte sve što ste naučili im, dajte i dajte im uvažavanje. Dajte im uvažavanje. Marko Passanante, italijanskog porekla, rođen u Švajcarskoj, sada živi u Engleskoj, u stvari u Dubaju je razvije svoj tim u Engleskoj, Italiji i u celom svetu. Ljubav za ovu profesiju i inspiracija da može da se promeni, da postane nešto gdje je siromašan u mladim svojim danima. I kada je došao na svoj prvi događaj, prepoznao je priliku da može da se promeni, da može da napravi uspeh. I bez obzira ko ste, istina je da možete da postanete neko. Jedna osoba koja je investirala svoje vreme u mene na početku, znate zašto je to uradila? Uradila je to zbog mene. Jer to je ono što očevi rade. Ulažu vreme u vas. I ja ću da pomognem i da poguram ljude koji žele da uspeju. Ako žele, ja sam tu za njih. Ali ako odustanu, ne mogu mene da krive. Jer ako volite ljude, vi ćete pomoći. I ako oni to na početku i ne osjećaju, vi možete biti osoba koji ćete ih prihvatiti na grudi, utešiti, pomoći, pogurati. I uspeh.
So start leading with your heart. Start seeing that individual. Yes, you want success. Focus on that fulfillment, significance. Because if you don't, trust me, I've been lucky to work with some very successful people.
Uspeh znači korišćenje znanja i iskustva i promjena života drugima.
Because they just focus on results, but they forgot the heart behind.
I mnogi ljudi koji su u poslu i samo gledaju daj mi rezultat, izgube srce, izgube emociju, izgube ljude. Ako gledaju i posmatraju ljude samo prema njihovim trenutnim rezultatima. Luzer nije onaj ko je na početku. I luzer na početku može biti pobednik na kraju. I probajte još jedanput. Budite neko za nekoga ko živi u svetu i čeka nekoga da mu pomogne. Hvala vam, Zima porodice. Bilo je veliko zadovoljstvo da budem vaš domaćin večeras, ali ostavili smo najbolje za kraj. On je veliki vizionar i vidi u budućnost. Je magičan. I zato molim vas, pozdravite našeg osnivača i 2 star zvezdu globalnog prezidenta Orjana Saele.
It's a bit scary. I can say my prayers all day have been that I will be safe.
Kada sam govorio prvi dan, bilo je zastrašujuće. Kada sam prvi put nastupao, ceo dan sam izgovarao molitve. Imam nekoliko ljubavi.
Your soup board, get on and paddle. I've done that a couple of times, but I'm far from being good at it.
Ako možeš Stefana preuzmi i prekida polako, ne bih hteo da
never tried that, but then you have the ones with a water jet, you know? And you've got
I ima ljubavi u sportu, ali je otkrio sada ovaj vodeni sport na Maldivima. Dolazi, otkrio je dasku.
Kind of safe with. And then you've got this one which you can go all the way out of the water.
I ova je neka daska koja ima i valjda neke motore, sad razmišlja koji će da isproba. Pokušava da nam pokaže kako je u stvari vrlo srećan i zadovoljan i opušten na svom boravku na Maldivima. I kako je spreman za 2023. Spreman sam i za ova nova iskustva na dasci, ali spreman sam i za ono što ćemo zajedno da postignemo. Da vam dam samo neki utisak founderskog putovanja na Maldivima, pogledajte. Sjajno je ovde. I divni su ljudi sa nama na ovom ostrovu. Zajedno sa decom, sa ženama. I prelepo je ovde. Potrebno je da se potrebno da napravite 50 partnera u jednoj godini da bi se kvalifikovali za ovako putovanje. Neki su to napravili 4 puta u godini. Znači 200 ljudi su uveli u posao u godini dana. Attila Balaž iz Mađarske, Andrej, prezident, slušali smo ga malo pre. Imamo Black ambasadore.
With us, we've got brand new Black ambassador, Marco with us, we've got
Marco Passanante, novi Black ambassador.
Black ambassador,
takođe Black ambassador.
He is here. We've got Adam Škoda, he is qualified.
Adam Škoda iz Češke, slušali smo ga u Beogradu u septembru.
We've got Chaba, he is ambassador, and we
Chaba,
got Peter Moore, which is Black Crown. So I took the top level rank because top levels leave some clues. These people have gone out and they've done a massive effort in bringing.
I ljudi koji su na ovim visokim pozicijama su tu zato što su izašli na teren i postigli velike rezultate.
It's about understanding what it really takes. Yes, if you
Oni razumeju šta treba uraditi.
You're in the game. If you get one customer, yes, you're in the game. You're
Ako
in
imaš jednog partnera u igri,
but it's not going to change everything. It's not going to create a
neće
breakthrough
sve
for you.
promeniti, neće izgraditi proboj u tvojoj karijeri.
It is fun. It's a start. And
Ali ovo je i zabavno, ovo je priča.
Saying where customers they spend
Imamo
money and partners
izreku.
make money, and that's really one of the
Izreku u
fundamentals
benzinu,
that held
kupci
the
troše novac,
we
a
wanted to
partneri
build a
zarađuju novac.
filled with thousands and tens of thousands. And remember, we started with hundreds, and then hundreds
Sjetite
of
se,
thousands,
počeli
which
smo
were
sa
now over
100
400,000
partnera.
customers. customers. And then we
A
want to go to a
sada
million, and then
imamo
20 million, and then 100 million
400.000
customers. And in
kupaca,
that
počeli smo sa
process, we've got
100.
a lot
A
of people,
idemo
we've
ka
got a lot of
milionima.
partners that are in that journey, trying to make an
Da
income
bismo to
from
postigli, potrebno nam
bringing
je
in
mnogo
these customers.
partnera.
So if you think about that, if you do 10 or 15 partners in the first year, you establish a good group of
Ako
people. You
imate
do 25
10 ili
customers.
15
It's
ljudi
going
u
to be
prvoj
fun
godini
because now you are at a
i
different partner level.
50-ak
So the
kupaca,
music
vi ste na
through
dobrom
the
putu u prvoj
5
godini.
different levels of partners, and these aren't official levels. These are teaching point levels of partners. So we've got
I
the
imate
first
5
one, which is the beginner,
pozicija.
which is me today. You
Početnička
know, today I'm
pozicija,
gonna
imate 5
get on.
različitih
Here is
pozicija.
over there. If you
Prva
see,
je početnik i daje nam na primjer ove daske na koji treba da nauči
there's
da
no
se vozi,
engine.
kako
Then
to
you've got a
izgleda.
surfboard, which is
Nemaš
when you
nikakvo
surf a wave. My
iskustvo,
son was
nisi
doing
nikad
that the other day.
surfovao.
Not really on a wave, but he was out there with his instructor. I don't know if I can do that because getting
Ali
onto that
ne znam da li će,
surfboard takes a
da li će
lot
on
of
uspeti u
physical
tome, ali
strength.
imam instruktora koji
I've
će mi
been,
pokazati
yes, I
šta
keep
treba da
in
radim.
shape by running, but I've been kind of like, you know, not as active as Hilda is doing the strength training. I know I
Ja
should
jesam aktivan, ali
want
nisam
to
kao
do it.
Hilde, ona je mnogo bolja od mene.
It's about your standard. What is your standard?
Ali
What's the
nekad
must?
tvoj
And what's the
standard
want? And you
odlučuje
must
šta
do it
ćeš
that
da
you
uradiš.
want to. So that's one of big
Nismo
changes that
svi
I'm going
isti,
to do is that I'm
zaključak
going to
je.
go to, I must be strong because then I know for sure I could do the regular surfing. And then you saw earlier
Ako želim
the
da
jet
budem
surf and then
surfer, ja moram da
another
budem u
jet
tome
surf
istrajan
with
i
the
da budem jak.
tail that you can lift out of the water. I mean, I'm going to see how far I can get into this, okay? But you start out as a beginning partner and you make some money through the fast start
Počinjete
bonuses by
kao početnik,
enrolling a couple
partner,
of partners, helping them
i
4
uključujete
customers.
nove ljude,
You're
prodajete
enrolling 4
pakete,
customers,
zarađujete na
10
početku
customers, and
toliko
25
koliko
customers
vam
yourself.
pruža
That's
ta
kind of like the
mogućnost
basic setup, getting
početna.
to 25 customers and a partner A and B, you know. That's the beginning starting out. And then it becomes
Cilj
a
je da
hobby.
napravite
You like it
25
and
prodaja na
you know,
početku,
okay, I
to
want
je
to do more of this.
vaš
This is
početnički
fun.
status.
You make some free products and you break
A
even.
onda idemo dalje,
In that
pravite
hobby
besplatne
phase,
proizvode za sebe.
you shouldn't expect. So here is
Ne
what
bi
people
trebalo da
do wrong. And that
očekujete.
is if I went on those boards today and I expected that I would be perfect and having fun and be paid for
Ne
being
mogu
out
da
there.
očekujem
Well,
da ću
maybe
odmah
the
biti
bloopers
perfektan,
from
da
the
ću
video
biti
could make me a little
plaćen i
bit. No, I don't think
pretplaćen.
I can make anything from it. Okay, so so what a lot of people get wrong is that they think that the
Mnogo
money
ljudi
is in
greše u
the getting
tome.
started, that the money is in the hobby when you just dabble around
Oni
with it.
misle
No,
da se
then
novac
you
zarađuje iz
fun
hobija,
doing it,
kada se ovim
but that's not
poslom
where you
bave
make
kao
the money.
hobijem.
Then eventually you go part-time, so you're spending
I
dedicated
počnu onako
10 to
kao
15
delimično
hours
da
every week.
rade,
And at
part-time,
that point, you might still have expenses that are bigger. So,
ali
in one
dalje
way,
možete
yes,
da
you're making a
pravite veće
profit,
troškove
probably
nego
making
zaradu
some,
na
but
početku.
you're not making a living from it. And
I
you're
nećete
taking
moći da
all of your
živite od
free
tog posla
time.
na početku.
And then there is the fourth partner level, which is when you go full time.
I onda
You're free,
četvrti nivo
you
partnera
can hire
je kada
yourself
si
from your daytime
full-time
job.
partner,
You know,
samo
a
to
lot of
radiš,
people have
slobodan
that
si
as their kind of
i
dream, and you think
kao
that,
da
okay,
imaš
now I can go lift the
vremena i
beach,
da
now I can
nisi
go
ništa
do all the fun
obavezan,
things. Yes, to a
ali
certain degree you can,
da, to je
but it's
tačno,
not
možeš
really
tako,
true because that's
ali
when you
nije
really gotta
istina,
dig in.
jer
That's when
tad
you really
si
gotta
na
study
pravom
because
početku,
now
tad
you're
tek
gonna go
počinješ
from
pravi
being a
veliki
leader
posao.
or a follower, what I call a promoter. So we've got 5 leadership levels. We've got the learning, you've got the promotion,
Učenje,
promoting,
promocija,
you've got the leader, and then you've got leading leaders, and then
liderstvo
you've got leading
i
leaders
vođenje
that leads
lidera
leaders. And I'm not going to cover
i
those
lideri vode
higher ones
lidere.
in this session, but
To je vrlo
maybe we do
važna
that in
pozicija,
another one. But
da lideri nauče da
you
vode
learned, so
nove
you
lidere.
became a hobby, you became part-time, and then you become a promoting
Prvo
leader, and
postaje
that's
hobi, pa
when you go
part-time,
full-time.
pa promovišete
Now, as
lidera,
you go full-time,
onda vodite
you
lidera
become the
i
leader,
postanete
the one that
puno
is
radno vreme,
professional.
full-time i
A
tad
lot of
postajete
people
lider,
that go
tad ste
full-time,
profesionalac.
they kick back. They don't sponsor
Mnogi
as many as they
ljudi
should. At least
se
10 a year,
ukoče i
I
vrate
push
se
to
kad postanu
15.
profesionalci.
They don't get customers on a monthly basis. They kind of
Nemaju
lose some of their
mesečno
skills. I've
dovoljno
got an
kupaca
example maybe
koji su
later
potrebni.
on if you don't use your skills skills, you lose them.
Ako ne koristite svoje veštine, onda gubite
And then
gubite i
eventually
kupce.
the goal is through reading books, studying, and you do that all the way
Cilj je
through.
da kroz učenje, čitanje
Really want to dig
knjiga,
in. You want to read an hour a day. You
iskustvo,
want to listen an hour a day. You
čitajte
want to
1 sat
really
dnevno
develop yourself
ili
into that
slušajte
person
neko
that
predavanje
makes
1
the
sat
difference in
dnevno.
people's life. Because if
To će
you
napraviti
become a
razliku u
person
vašem
with a
životu.
vision, with a dream, with an excitement,
Postaćete
so people
osoba
get
sa
ignited.
ciljem,
People
sa
want to follow the
vizijom, sa
dream that you cast for
uzbuđenjem.
them. People want
Moći
to
ćete
follow
da
the vision
pratite svoje
that you
ciljeve,
make
ćete čuti
together with
i
them.
učiti od drugih
That's
kako.
when you move on to the level of professional partners.
Tako se postaje profesionalac, tada se
Partners
pomerate
make
na tu
money
poziciju.
and customers spend money.
Tako
But
postajete
there is a
bogati.
process
I
before you
opet,
become that
kupci
professional
troše
where
novac,
you can get
partneri
rich, where you
zarađuju
can
novac.
change your life forever.
I možete zaista promeniti život za uvek.
I'm not going to get there on my first lesson today, but it's
Neću vas pustiti
short,
da
and you're
vidite
not
moju
going to
prvu
get there
lekciju
on
na
your
dasci
first lesson
danas,
in Cincino. But
jer
if you
sigurno
keep
zna da
coming
neće
back
biti
for more
savršeni,
lessons,
da će
one
padati,
day you'll be at a
ali ja
hobby
ću
level,
se,
then you'll be at the
vi ćete
part-time level,
jednog dana
and you
biti na
keep
hobi
working.
nivou, pa
One
na
day you can go full-time, you
partnerskom
fire
nivou, pa
yourself
na
from your current job,
part-time
and then if
nivou,
you're
pa na
full-time, you're
profesionalnom
dedicated,
nivou,
you
kad
increase
budete
your
to
hours,
i
you do
budete se
more than what's
posvetili,
expected from you, you'll go professional, and you'll be one of those that gets rich with Cincino. You know, there is steps to becoming the professional, and in the Express Start, in the second leadership philosophy, we're talking about the amateur versus the professional. And what is the difference between the amateur versus those that
Koja je razlika
this
između
camera here,
amatera
GoPro,
i
and those
profesionalca?
that becomes the professional? Well, it's simple, because the professional watches everything from a different angle. They think about
Profesionalac
things
gleda sve iz
differently. So
drugog
when we
ugla.
say that what we do in Cincino, when we've got
Ono
the
što
6
mi
pillars
radimo
of
u
building,
Zvezinu,
where we get customers on our own on
da
a
imamo
daily,
naše
weekly, monthly
kupce,
basis, and we help our
da
team
radimo
get
na
customers on a
dnevnom
daily
nivou,
basis.
da imamo
And then we
naš
go to
tim
the
sa
third
kojim
one, which
radimo.
is we sponsor partners on our own.
Lično
Look at that, it's
uključujemo i
beautiful.
prijatelji i
Just take a
partnere.
swipe out there. Look at that, how beautiful the
Pogledajte kako je
motives
lepo
are. I just
tamo.
want to put in some promotion for the founders trip right too. But you know, you recruit, you get your own recruits, you go crazy
Ali
recruiting, because
vi
that's
morate
what
da
a
budete
professional does.
oduševljeni time
But you
što
don't only do it
uključujete
for
sami
yourself,
nove
which a lot of
partnere.
people, they maybe do it for themselves, at least for a while, but then eventually you also have to get to the place
I onda
where you help your
vremenom
team. You gotta inspire your team as a
treba
professional.
da krenete da
Down
inspirišete
into the
svoj
leg, you
tim
dig in, you
kao
find whatever
profesionalac,
is underneath the surface, whatever is a
da
dream
zagrebete
inside.
ispod zemlje.
I don't know if we find some things in the sand here, but whatever is a dream inside of that person.
I da,
And when
da
you find that, they
otkrijete šta
recruit.
svaka
And you
osoba
help your team on a
želi
daily,
za
on a
sebe.
weekly, on a monthly basis to
I da joj
recruit.
Da
pomognete.
zagrebite ispod površine osobe i otkrite šta je to.
You have a brilliant amount of people. You have 10 people that get 25 customers each. That's amazing. You've got 250
Treba
customers.
imati 10 ljudi, 10 partnera sa po 25 kupaca.
100
To
customers each.
je
You've got 1,000 in your team.
prilike.
But if you want to
Onda
go
ljude
1,000
koji imaju i
beyond,
100
which the
prodaja,
professional level of
1000,
partnership would do, where you
to je
pass full time,
profesionalni
you're a professional.
nivo
You gotta
partnera.
have more recruits. That's the only way you're going to get there. So
I samo regrutovanjem možete stići
time your
tamo.
own 10 to 15 a year, or you become a top one year.
10-15 godišnje
An amazing trip,
regrutujte,
you go to
osvojite sjajna putovanja.
faster. And then eventually you help your team, you duplicate, and eventually you have a lot of people.
Pomožete timu da se duplicira.
And then number 5 is that you develop personally. You challenge yourself to
I
do
morate se na kraju lično razvijati, morate sebe
I don't know how
izazivati.
fun it's going to be, but at least I'm
Ne
going
znam
to
koliko
make
će
it
to
as fun
biti
as I can.
zabavno,
But you
ali
grow
možemo
from
to
reading,
učiniti
from
mi
studying,
koliko možemo.
you grow from listening, you grow from mentoring, you grow
Rastete od slušanja, od vođenja, od mentorstva,
from learning from the sideline that is running ahead
od
in front of you. You grow
učenja,
from the recognition given to others.
od
Like there's a hunger.
prepoznavanja i uvažavanja
I had a
drugih
guy reach out to me
i
last night and said,
pohvale
"I'm
drugih.
so frustrated because other people were recognized and he wasn't."
Ljudi su često frustrirani jer ih niko ne prepoznaje, niko ne ceni njihove vrednosti i ne pohvali ih, već ih uzima zdravo za gotovo. Smatra da mu to pripada.
And when you keep on going,
Kada
so
nastavite
keep on
da
growing
rastete,
and you keep on
da idete
going,
napred,
that's when you break through in that. There is nothing
tada
that
probijate nivoe, razbijate sve na putu. Tada
And
nema
that,
prepreke.
when you start with pillar number 6, which is where really all the money is, but you can't do pillar number 6
Kada probijete na nivo 6, tamo gde se nalazi novac,
first
veliki
5
novac,
and learn to master them. So the professional teaches and trains other people in their leadership.
postajete učitelj drugim ljudima i drugim liderima. Učite njih da oni postanu to što ste vi.
In the first 5 pillars, your team of members in the
Prvih
team
5 nivoa vas dovodi u poziciju i uči da postanete to.
50,000 people team, and then eventually one day
Možete razvijeti tim od 50.000 ljudi i više.
100 customers each, and that's a 1,000,000 person team. Now,
I svako neka ima po 100 kupaca i eto ga milion. To je ono što je njegov cilj, a ipak ćemo videti kako izgleda prvi čas na dasci.
I connect like this, is that fast?
Pa i nije tako teško za sada.
Dit ja. Åt det hållet, vänster, där ja.
Ajde malo levo, Orjane, levo. Idi malo levo. Ovako? Da, tako.
We've got to becoming a professional. It's number 1, you got to make a decision that you will do it.
Odlučite da postanete profesionalac
Learn it. Now I'm
i
going to go back
učite.
here. I'm going to get some coaching.
Sad moram da se vratim na obalu, imam neka predavanja, moram neke ljude da učim.
Knees a little bit down. Say one more.
A moram i ja da uzmem
So, okay.
časove.
Doing it the wrong way.
Dobije novu informaciju, novo uputstvo kako da koristi ovo veslo.
This bent or less bent?
I sad pita da li dobro radi, da li ovako ili ovako.
Okay, okay.
I u svemu, sve što učimo i novo radimo, potrebno je da naučimo nove stvari i uvek nam je potreban neko ko će da nam pokaže. Tako je mnogo lakše i mnogo brže. Ne treba imati komplekse i ne tražiti pomoć i podršku ako je potrebno. Sad je već bilo blizu, verovatno se setio da će to biti snimljeno i nije želeo da padne. Nije želeo da padne u filmu. Korak po korak razmišljajte gde želite da budete u prvom mesecu, gde u drugom. I imajte viziju daleko u budućnost. To je važno. Kao 10 godina od sada. Želim da budem bogat, dobrostojeći, želim da pomognem svojoj zemlji. Razmišljajte gde želite da budete 5 godina od sada. A onda unazad dođite do 1 godine unapred i naučite malim koracima kako da to postignete.
But the real key is not only to get instructions, it's to follow the
Ključ
instructions. And that's
nije samo dobiti instrukcije i savete, već i slediti ih.
With me in the water here, walk with me. People in our business, well, they want to go and they want to do, and they ask me, Orjan, what should I do to break through? What should I do to become the next? And then they say some crazy high title. Well, they're maybe still just
Nekad me ljudi pitaju šta treba da uradim da postanem sledeći nivo. Onda ja njima kažem neke lude brojke.
Have to. And when I say have to, it's a strong way of pushing forward, but you have
Kad
to
nekome
learn.
kažem moraš to da uradiš, onda je to vrlo jak način da nekoga guram napred.
Is if you follow to a detail, because then you learn faster. So point number 4 is that you got to study on your own. You're not going to have your sponsor, your mentor, your
Morate da učite i sami. Nije vam potreban sponzorni mentor da naučite i sami po nešto.
This is the time. Let's click once. See? Okay. Oh.
ovo je vreme, sad je uključio motor i sad je već dobio energiju da napreduje i da putuje mnogo brže.
So you gotta study on your own. That's point number 4.
Učite sami. To je savjet broj 4.
You gotta really get into practicing. And of course now, I'm gonna get on that jet thing that is gonna be scary like crazy. So I want to have the handle of this one, so I'm going to play
Morate
around.
da praktikujete znanje.
And then probably I'll see you.
I vraćam se sada ponovo na stazu i nadam se da ću sad biti brži. A, evo ga, sve sam bolji. Imam instruktora i on će mi pokazati sada kako da budem bolji. Budite broj 6, budite mentor, budite coach.
Well, I'm not happy. You should be soaking wet.
I don't think I look that good out there.
Ne verujem da ovako dobro izgledam na dasci kao on. Broj 7, kopiraj dok god ne postaneš profesionalac. Vidite kako stvari mogu biti urađene. Imate svog mentora, izađete na teren, imate učitelja i onda ste malo sami, onda vežbate. Ne znam koliko bi mi trebalo vremena da vozim ovako kao on. Možda 15 sati vežbanja, možda više. Da se moje noge naviknu na taj napor, trebalo bi vremena. Prvo, sponzoriši broj 2. I broj 8. Uloži više vremena nego što misliš da treba. Onda razvi partnera u X team. I tako u pozicijama dođi do direktora, počni da radiš puno radno vreme, budi profesionalac u poslu. I sve isto kao i ovde, ista daska, isti motor, isto sve, a različito se vozi. Različito je znanje, ali vežbanjem bit ćete bolji i uspešniji. Morate da naučite u procesu kako da sponzorišete, kako da budete lider, kako da vodite partnere i onda ponovo iz početka to isto. Dnevne aktivnosti, nedeljne aktivnosti, mesečne, kvartalne, godišnje. Imate vremenske okvire kojima treba da planirate svoje aktivnosti. I jednog dana ste dostigli svoj san. Ovo je sad jedna potpuno druga igra.
This one isn't forgiving. This one isn't floating unless I float.
Ova je sad daska malo zbiljnija. Ova ne plovi u slučaju da ja ne održavam ravnotežu. Malo veći izazov. Možete biti hobi partner.
Because you always have somebody in your upline that will be there with you. Then you go part-time. I might be calling this one the part-time board. I don't know. That's even the
Ova daska je za part-time vožnju, ova koju sam pre probao, a ova je profesionalna. Ova je više za profesionalca. Onog trenutka kada iz part-time-a pređeš u full-time, jednom ćete imati mnogo više vremena za posao. Nećete morati da radite 40 sati nedelju u svom bivšem poslu.
you have to spend the time. Without spending enough time on this
Ali to vreme koje dobijete sad morate da upotrebite. Bez da ga iskoristite, ništa niste postigli.
On this one, it will be
I 10-15 sati na onoj dasci početničkoj možda mi daje utisak da znam i da mogu i ovu profesionalnu da vozim. A sad ćemo to i da probamo. Vezivanje prvo.
Look there, we've got a black ambassador underneath. That didn't look very easy, no?
Why? He can start standing.
Okay. I should start standing.
Deluje mu prilično komplikovano za održavanje i za stajanje.
I'm skipping 2 steps here. And then I'll go back and I'll do it.
Napravi 2 koraka.
My pulse is elevated now, okay? Because sometimes you're gonna be there and you're just gonna say, okay, I could have gotten away with that pedal over there. But don't ask that it will be easier for you. That's what typically the people
da će ti biti lako u poslu.
They get to, yes, they get to the part-time, they maybe even get to the full-time, but then they want it to be easier.
Ljudi rade delimično radno vreme, onda postanu profesionalci i očekuju da bude lakše. Evo on to sad upravo radi, prelazi na profesionalnu dasku i neće biti lakše, bit će samo teže. Zahtevaće više.
This is gonna be fun.
Biće zabavno, kaže. Verovatno će biti mokar. Uskoro. Ok, sad je vožnja bez vesla. Samo ravnoteža. Dobro se drži. Do kada, pitam se. Dobar je, ali kako će se vratiti, to je problem. Treba se okrenuti za nazad. To na nogama neće moći. Tako je. Na kolenima nekako, ali stigo je, došao je do obale. Za prvi put je odlično. Ne znam kako da se okrenem, kaže on, kao što sam i pretpostavio. To još nije naučio. Nemoj to da snimaš i da objavljuješ, kaže on. Sad je dobio instrukcije, možda kako da se okrene i vrati na nogama. Ali, teško. Sad se već javlja i umor, mišići su već umorni, to je sad sve teže. Sad, ako mogu da dodam, potrebno je to ponavljati više dana kad se odmore mišići, pa iz početka. Teško je to odjednom savladati. Isto je tako i u poslu. U ovom poslu. I tu bi bio kraj.
Man får puls. Helt otroligt. Så tungt.
Toliko je teško, dobio sam lupanje srca. Nemam ideju uopšte kako ću ovo da izvedem. Sad sam počeo da pričam švedski, koliko sam se uzbudio. Svaki deo mog tela pokušava da ostane na dasci.
Wish you were better. Orjan, you're better. Get on the board. Do it.
I hrabrim sebe. Orjane, bolji si, sve si bolji. Pomeri se kamermane, nadrljaćeš. Dobro je. Svaki deo tela, svaki mišić ga boli. Pokušavam da vratim vazduh.
You will mess up and it's okay.
Da bi postao profesionalac, moraš prvo da se
You maybe miss gold, silver. Maybe even miss smart bronze. You will mess up. Some people will get mad at you. Some people will call you names. Some people will do things that you didn't expect. Some people will laugh of you. You sometimes laugh of yourself. You'll be in positions which you didn't expect yourself. You'll be tired. I was just... I was so tired. I was
Otišao
reading
sam
on the
tek do
board. It was
tamo,
so
umoran
stressful
sam da
because
bi mogu da
it
krvarim
is
koliko
not
sam
that
se umorio.
this is physically harder than running a 10K. It's
Ovo
not even close to
je
that. But
teže
every
fizički
fiber
nego da
of my
trčim 10
being
kilometara.
fighting to
Svaki
stand on my
mišić
legs, and I
tela
use
se
too much
napreže da
power.
ostanem
That's what
na
you do
dasi. I
when you're in the
previše
beginning
sam
stage.
bio na
When you're
dasi
trying to
i
start it
umorio
out,
sam se,
you
ali
just
to je
use
ono što ćeš
everything,
raditi u
and it's
poslu.
so tiring.
Koristit ćeš
And then
sva
you
svoja
come to
znanja,
hobby, and it's
ali
still
bit ćeš
tiring.
jako umoran.
It takes everything you've got to
I
be able to do
sve što
the things
znaš i
you've
što si
gone through,
sposoban da
of
uradiš,
course.
bit će
Really
potrebno
decide
da
a year. It takes
upotrebiš.
everything that you've got. But then you get to part-time,
Sve što
it's a little
imaš.
bit easier. Then you get to
Na
full-time.
početku, onda dođeš na part-time, bude malo lakše, a onda dođeš na profesionalni nivo.
Full-time is going to be a pleasure. And you spend the time, you keep studying, you keep
I
getting mentorship.
full-time bi trebalo da ti bude uživanje. Ali na početku, u prvim koracima imaćeš ovo. I moraš da zaroniš što ću ja uskoro da uradim. Moramo da otkrijemo zabavu u ovom poslu.
I'm literally sitting here doing this point because my legs are still shaking.
Ja sedim ovdje i pričam vam, ne prekidam samo zato što mi se noge tresu i ne mogu da se popnem, ne mogu ni da izađem na obalu.
You'll drop back down. Somebody will quit or they'll take a break.
Biće onih koji će odustati, biće onih koji neće izdržati.
They take a break or they go on the back burner or they lost their
Napravite
dream.
nekad pauzu, napravite promenu i onda se vratite ponovo. I zacelite svoje rane, pa se vratite opet. Učite svakog dana kako da budete bolji i otvorite svoje srce. Budite iskreni, uživajte. Kad ide teško, budite jači zbog toga. I tek tada postajete profesionalac. Jer kad preživite svoje promašaje, bit ćete u stanju da živite svoju pasiju, svoju strast i dalje. Bićete inspirisani.
Off I go. So point number 10 is that you will mess up, you will fail, you'll fall. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you
Tačka
don't.
i poruka broj 10 je da ćete nekad i promašiti.
And adjust. PDCA. And as you PDCA and you PDCA and you PDCA,
plan, PDCA,
you will get better and better and better. And in the end,
bit ćete bolji i bolji. Znači, vrati se, razmotri gde si pogrešio, napravi plan i radi ponovo.
Four things that I want you to push on. One is
želim
today,
4 stvari da uradite u januaru.
even though you're tired, even though you don't feel like
Čak i
it,
ako ste
or maybe you
umorni i
feel
ne
like it,
osjećate se
you
za
here
to
having some
sposobni,
fun, you book a meeting today, and then you commit,
zakažite
like,
sastanak
first point is
danas.
make a definite decision that you will sponsor one
Donesite
partner this week.
odluku da ćete
And number 3,
sponzorisati
we've
ove
got to
nedelje
go
jednu
to
osobu.
ECB month. So this is all about running
Osvojite
today every month. That
200%
means that you
ECB
rank. And if you
rank
miss it, you
ovog
do it this
meseca,
quarter, if
da
you
bi
miss it
sledećeg
this
imali
quarter, you do it this year.
trostruko.
But you don't stop pushing before you've got
Ako
that
ne
rank.
nastavite da
Number 4,
gurate, nećete
the
uspeti u
most
tome.
important one, and that's working on racing the
Najvažnije,
giant within you. Building your self-esteem, building your self-worth, building the belief in that you can learn new
najvažnije je
things.
da razvijete veru u sebe, da razvijete
You're
želju,
brave. You're one that can inspire. Building the
da
belief
se
that your dreams is a
inspirišete.
promise from the
Želim da
future.
verujete da je san obećanje u budućnosti koje vas čeka.
You can break out of the situation that you have
Da
today.
svaka situacija ili koja može neočekivano da vas zadesi, da neće promeniti vašu veru.
Like a magnet, building belief
Budite
in
kao magnet,
the
privlačite ljude.
decision that the giant inside of you will raise up and you will become
I da
what you
ona veličina u vama koja postoji
There's a
raste.
giant inside of you. And when you feed that, you become amazing.
Kada nahranite to i taj rast, postaćete neverovatni. Bog vas blagoslovio, pokušavam ponovo da vozim dasku. Kad ide pravo, dobro mu ide. Ali za nazad.
Dobro, poenta je da...
Sve brži.
Da, poenta je da ne bude lakše, nego da mi budemo bolji.
Tako je. Da ne očekujemo da nam bude lakše, nego da budemo uspešniji dok nam je teško. I, naravno, stigao je i da se pokasi. Napravite od ove godine najbolju ikada. Hvala vam za gledanje, za praćenje ovog programa. Partner Kick-Off Lead, znači lideri za lidere namenjeno. I očekujem da vam je ovo bilo interesantno, da smo Svetlana i ja pomogli da možda ovo bolje razumete. Očekujem da će biti i snimak postavljen, tako da ćete moći detaljnije da to pogledate. Možda teško će se dugačko je za prevod, ali možemo i ono što smo propustili da možda izdvojimo kao zaključak i da napravimo na ovim našim redovnim treninzima sa saradnicima koje imamo i održavamo svake nedelje, da napravimo na sledećem, da napravimo jednu retrospektivu najvažnijih poruka, najvažnijih tačaka koje smo čuli danas od različitih govornika. Svetlana?
Odlična ideja, Gorane, izvuči ono najvažnije i naravno, nemojte da zaboravite da napišete, ukoliko to još niste, vaš plan za 2023. godinu sa ciljevima i to dugoročnim i kratkoročnim i da pokušamo da ih ostvarimo. U stvari ne, hajde da ih ostvarimo.
Tako je, i na našem prethodnom treningu koji smo imali napravili smo već, bar oni koji su bili na njemu su napravili svoje neke osnovne planove i tu je najbolji primer dao Pajo Brkić koji je, možeš da smanjiš muziku malo, Pajo Brkić koji je zaista već napravio, sad se prisećam njegovog plana i vidim da je on napravio sve ovo što je Hilde govorila, otprilike ovako i otprilike tačno u brojevima sve kako je zamislio. Ubeđen sam da će mu to pomoći da te svoje ciljeve ostvari i napravili smo na prošlom treningu i plan kako da ostvarimo sve ove benefite koje nam akcije u januaru pružaju. Imate i snimak, pa ako nije bio može da pogleda snimak na našoj grupi. Pozdravljam vas u svoje ime, u ime Svetlane i u ime Harmony tima. Hvala vam na pažnji. Do sledećeg slušanja.
Hvala vam, laku noć.
Laku noć.